And as usual, if you want to connect to boost it, that's always appreciated. But yeah, why don't we get Fitz to give us a recap?
So, looking at my notes, so we started the last episode with us identifying those items we found in the chests. As soon as we left there, we went towards the library immediately. We startled two ghosts who immediately possessed myself and our rear end, who proceeded to beat the hell out of Nathaniel and then just do a little battle of attrition. Eventually beat them. While we were out in the hallway, Arnis was exploring the library, as one does when your party's getting TPK'd. And while he was in there, one of the ghosts retreated from us and possessed him. He was possessed for a little while until eventually Lazarus decided to use his divine sense to realize that he was possessed. The ghost ran away. We stayed in the library. We found a bunch of knick-knack paddywhacks. After that, we started going towards the chapel. We came across a bar with spectral patrons who didn't quite know that they were ghosts, and so we left before we could irritate them any further. We got into the chapel. We found a demon. The demon didn't attack us, so we talked to it. And Nathaniel was able to dispel the magic, and eventually we realized there was a night hag in our presence. Nathaniel was able to use his talkative nature to figure out why she was here. Marin was her name. And after being freed from being shapeshifted into a demon, she gave Nathaniel a ring of power, and then we immediately went ahead and destroyed the statue with holy water, and we are now currently fighting two Vrok, which are aerial demons. And that's where we're at.
Nathaniel subdues the night hag.
I completely forgot we were in the midst of combat.
Yes. Oh
And
no,
I
we
was
are.
stunned. I forget. Oh, it's all coming back.
You got stunned, immediately got murked, and then and then top of the turn.
My brain said, "You don't need to remember that. You don't need to remember."
Yeah, I was gonna write in the journal that Deska immediately fell in love for the night hag, as she does with any female character we find in the wild. There's that one blonde
human version of the night hag.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
Being nice is totally love. Yeah, totally.
I don't know. You seem extra nice whenever you find a female character in the wild.
I'm nice to most people until proven otherwise not to be.
Until it becomes Lazarus, and then it all.
I'm nice to everybody except for Lazarus, because fuck him specifically.
There are two kinds of people in the world: regular people and Lazarus.
And Lazarus.
Sorry, just a quick point of clarification. I wrote down only that it was a ring from a hag, that it wasn't necessarily a ring of protection. That didn't think we had actually determined that yet.
Oh no, I said ring of power. So I know it's
okay.
That's basically a way of saying a magical ring. We don't know what it is yet, but I assume it's magical, because why would a hag not have something magical on her?
I think DM told us it's a ring of protection.
Yeah,
Luke told us it was a ring of protection.
I remember it as a ring of protection.
Is it? Because I remember Raven specifically saying, like, you think it is, but it's also a gift from a night hag, so until you, like, identify it, it could be anything.
I think that's what, yeah.
Well, from her description,
basically saying it's cursed.
You know what? It's one of those things where for a night hag, it might seem like a good gift. Like, hey, here's this gift that protects you from everything except being charmed by me when we meet next. And
if you're cursed by the ring, you can't be cursed by any other things.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, and also you become a night hag yourself.
Yeah, that's how that works, right?
Life is great.
You're talking,
Raven. You're muted.
Yeah. I can see you. Your lips moving.
All right. I was like making all these jokes. Man, they're all laughing at my jokes.
No, this is what a great. This is an amazing thing. I'm killing it.
I'm killing it on the freaking mute button. Anyway, so what I was saying is, She said that it was a ring of protection, but you have not verified that yet. I was also going to ask Deska, did you say you were paralyzed or
I'm
stunned?
Stunned.
Because I don't see you marked as stunned. Is that just?
I thought the fist was.
Is that the fist?
Isn't it the
I-
fist?
Oh wait, is that a bug? Oh, that's a bug. I don't see it on my screen. Let me refresh. I see no marks. I was gonna say, didn't you guys have weapons out?
Because
Everyone-
you're in dark mode. If you go out of dark
Oh,
mode,
is that why it is? Is that just a dark mode bug?
Yeah, probably.
Ah, okay.
I see it and I'm on dark mode.
I'm on dark mode and I see it too.
I'm
Maybe.
just fucking around. If that one was taking me
You
seriously.
son of a
Yes,
bitch.
big.
Alright.
Nice.
All right. Well, now I have to redo my screen because I reloaded. Thanks. But yeah, no, I think the refresh did fix it. I do see it now, even though I'm on dark mode. All right, so back to the combat. Deska is currently stunned.
And boom, turnover.
Well, Deska had already.
Fastest turn you'd ever seen.
It was the fastest
Oh no,
turn.
the music bug happened.
Weren't you stunned last?
No, this would be my turn of stun.
Of stun.
Because they hit me and it applied a stun, and it would be over at the end of their turn, I'm pretty sure.
Are you supposed to roll to be not stunned or something?
I'm pretty sure it ends at the end of the thing that affected me's turn. But I could be wrong.
I think the music bug is happening. There we go.
Condition stun.
All right, so Deska, you are stunned, and yes, I think at the beginning of the end of the Vrock's next turn it ends, so you are still stunned right now, I believe.
Yes, in my turn.
All right, so your turn passes.
Oh,
yeah, and
sorry, hold
Vrock's
on.
next
Let me
turn.
put it back. Yep, so it's still on there. But
The Vrock goes. Did anyone hit the Vrock? I think.
I think this one was
pretty
cast
sure
a
I did.
spell on. Yeah, I think I cast a spell on it.
Yeah, I can't get.
And
to
I
you,
hit the one
though.
that's next to me, I'm pretty sure.
All right, let me see if it's smart enough to go for Deska, or if it's just gonna beat on the guy who hit it. It's not very bright. I'll roll a d4 for it. All right, it's going for Lazarus.
let's go.
It lunges at you, slashing with its talons. Okay, that's sorry. One sec. My other screen is getting weird.
Sounded like me last week with computer issues.
Yeah. Also, does anyone else hear me echoing?
No.
I do not.
I heard it
You sound
once and
fine
then it
to
went
me.
away as soon as you started talking again.
Okay. Well, anyway, 8 versus AC, I believe, would miss you, right, Lazarus?
Yep, I have a AC of 20.
So it will then screech and try to peck at you with its beak with a 12 versus AC, which I believe would also miss. So that is it for the Vrock. For that one, this one up here is going to. What's he gonna do? That's the one that summoned, I think. It's all coming back to me. He's gonna fly down this way, land kind of on the seat, and slash at Ariran.
I am in darkness.
Yeah, he might not be able to see
are.
Oriran.
He can still attack Ariran. It would just be a disadvantage. Darkness does not equal stealth. He can still hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I'm
okay.
just saying.
Gotcha. So he is going to attack you at disadvantage. 26 becomes a 17 versus AC.
I have 20.
Alright, so you avoid the first attack. He will then bite. 24 becomes a 20. Oh, I think he actually hit with that one.
Yep.
Alright, so you
I
are
might take some damage.
So you are pecked for 11 points of damage as the creature angrily pecks in the darkness and manages to connect. That is it for the Vrocks. Ariran.
Well, I'm gonna take a step or two over here, and I'm gonna shoot.
Alright, so you let loose several shots at him, which would be at advantage because he can't see you.
1,
Ooh, crit. So you blast it
And
for 13, and then another 5, 18 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. That's my turn. Oh, yeah, fuck it. I'll use second wind to heal myself back to full.
All right, use second wind. That's it for Ririn. Fitzgerald, what do you want to do?
I am going to stand still and steady aim and shoot this one right here.
All right, as he's pecking at Lazarus, you let loose a shot with advantage. Oh yeah, 26 would strike for 7 plus 10, 17 damage. And the creature looks wounded, as there is now an arrow sticking out of its shoulder.
Here's a weird question. When I added the short bow +1, I have a +7 to hit with the short bow on my thing, but I have a +8 to hit with my longbow.
Okay.
I'm wondering, like when I just dragged it onto my character, I didn't alter it at all. I'm wondering if there's something there that I'm messing up. Here, I'll look at it. Sorry,
Yeah,
I just
we
vocalized
can
that
look
to
into it
myself.
later, no
Yeah,
worries.
whatever.
So Fitzgerald's turn ends. Harold, what are you gonna do?
So, if Harold is gonna try to stealth and move, he can only move half his speed, right?
Yes, he's invisible, right?
Yes.
So you can move your full speed, but then your stealth is a disadvantage. So-
He's gonna try and stealth and move half.
Sure.
Oh wow.
He is
Okay.
very stealthy as he creeps through the darkness.
So that's 20 feet. Up here.
Oh, do any of you have a light source?
I'm in darkness.
I think
Yeah.
Lazarus is always the light source, right?
Lazarus
Pretty
has,
sure I'm shining, yeah.
Nathaniel
Well,
has one out as
light,
well.
Light is concentration.
No, I don't have
right?
one on because every time I click for initiative, it fucking clicks the
It
fucking
does
torch.
torch, but yeah, we always light them up with the light can.
But I can put one down if you want.
yeah, sure. Why don't you have the light source out? Just
Light is concentration, right?
no,
Is it?
no, it's
I
not.
don't think so.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if it's not,
I think it's just an hour.
Glowing.
You can only have one out at a time, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's just time based.
It's not common.
All right, so Nathaniel, out in the hallway, what are you doing?
Take a couple
Oh,
steps.
Lulu, wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I need to roll a con save when I got hit by that big.
Oh yeah, because you took 11.
Yeah, I have advantage.
All right, that's good. You had advantage.
Okay.
Also, did you take the damage? It looks like you're still at full.
I
He's,
used my bonus action to heal myself.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, Nathaniel. Go ahead. What are you doing?
No worries. 5, 10. What's my movement? 30, yeah. 5, 10, 15. 20. I can't. I'll get there, can I? 10, 15. 30. I can't do 2 diagonals, so I won't go that far. Sorry. Why is it not letting me? Oh, the freaking light source got stuck in the wall.
Whoops. I wish you could make it so the players could turn on their own light sources. It's annoying that
Yeah.
I can't light up your tokens. Or you can't
Well, I always
light
try-
up tokens.
And I never like having my torch sitting on me because then I always do the wrong initiative shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
the same reason why I don't have it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I can't quite get to them, which changes my mind. Well, no, I'll probably still do the same thing. We'll go ahead and do my fancy bard trick of unsettling words and say, "Man, you're kind of a shitty flyer," or something kind of dumb like that.
All right. You say something catty to the demon who normally probably couldn't understand you, but since you're using magic, it seems like it's being affected. Wisdom save.
Whisper.
So it, what's the DC 15?
DC 15. Yeah.
So it looks like it does have advantage, possibly resistant to magic, as it glows from your attack. However, it would still fail and take 8 points of psychic damage.
It also must run away from me and everyone else. Well, just me, but it's going to end up running from everyone else.
Alright, so it is, let's see.
And Deska's no longer stunned, right?
I am not.
No, she's not. So it's gonna go up this way, giving Deska an Oppie, and I hear myself echoing from someone.
Oh, it might be me. Sorry, I'm using my phone again. I'm still trying to figure.
Oh, okay. But Deska, if you want, you can make a reaction to attack.
Yes. Boom. Goodness.
Ooh, 14, unfortunately, is not enough, so you spend your reaction and slash, but he dodges it. The creature then moves up this way, flying away, very much worried that Nathaniel...
Oh, I got it.
Wait, did you just whisper an insult? I thought you did cutting words or something. Alright, so for some reason he is fleeing because you called him a bad flyer, and you guys get Oppies as well, but I think Fitz has a bow, right?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't take one.
But our paladin can.
But
if
I
he
will.
wants to spend his reaction.
But I will.
You know, of course I will.
14, ooh, so that is just not enough. Just missing him. He dodges the sword. 25, 30.
Nathaniel, I keep making them run away, and you guys can't even bother to hit them. Pathetic. Oh wait, I should be taking
he
that.
would
Don't make it run
fly
away.
all the way up to the door, freaking out, but then that would be it. So that
He was
was
almost dead.
that was his reaction. Arnis, almost bottom of the round.
Well, I guess I will go pick up my spears. And I... thanks for always making things run away, you dimwit. And I guess I'm going to just kind of hang out here and wait.
Like, come back! I want to stab
You
him.
could buff us next time instead of making it run when it's almost dead.
Yeah.
I thought you guys would hit it.
Arnett and I are on the same page, yeah.
Alright,
Jessica shakes her
Lazarus.
head. Oh, what?
So you swung it as it was flying away, and then kind of sigh. Come back! These things can fly so far. I mean, in Nathaniel's defense, it will take it time to get back to you now, so it might reserve its attacks.
I don't know where the other one is, right? Because it's in darkness.
Yeah, you saw it fly into the darkness, screeching as the darkness started moving around a bit.
I've seen this happen before, though, so you kind of understand what's going on.
Well, right, but I have no idea where it is. Like, it could be here,
yeah.
you know?
You can go swing in the
So I'm not
dark.
gonna metagame into going straight to the fucking thing.
Well, you can hear it. It's not stealthing. So you would... I mean, like, whenever something is invisible or you can't see it, you can still kind of pinpoint it, as long as it doesn't stealth. When it's stealth, it truly becomes invisible if you can't detect it.
Alright, fine. If you put it that way, I guess I'll walk up to
Run
him.
into darkness.
Right, so you rush in from where you hear the screeching and attack.
It's echolocation. You can. It's an innate skill.
Oh,
Trip over the pew and go flying. Ah!
well, it doesn't
damn
matter
it.
if I have disadvantage.
Oh!
You don't have disadvantage.
Yeah, you have disadvantage.
regular.
It's a regular attack.
Because
14
he's
is not
blind too.
enough.
So yeah, the second attack would miss, but you would get a solid hit for 10. Anything else?
Alright. No, that's it.
Alright, so Lazarus goes. Deska.
Okay.
You're still marked as stunned, so
I
if you
need
click
to remove
the
that.
trash can, it'll get rid of that.
Oh. Cool. Wait, there's a... Never mind. I don't know if we ever fully identified all the potions. I just know that there was a mixture of greater and normal. So, Deska will reach into the bag and
a random
pull
potion.
one. Yeah, pull one out at random because she doesn't know which is which. I never knew, but what's the economy on a potion?
It's an action.
Okay. I will.
I go by raw.
Gotcha. I will drink one. You could 50-50 it. I don't.
Let me consult my notes.
We had 3 left, right?
It was 3 left.
Okay, cool.
As Nathaniel sees you drinking one, he yells at him, "If you just gave me a moment to identify him!"
You were reading. Did you want me to interrupt your reading?
So there were 5 potions.
Yep.
And so you said you grabbed one of the 5 at random?
No, it was
No, we've already
5.
used 2
We
of them.
drank 2 normals, and then there was 3 left.
Yeah.
Oh, you drank 2 of the normal ones? All
Yeah,
right.
you rolled for them afterwards.
Gotcha.
Tear falls down Orin's eye
So
when
there-
he sees Deska drinking a 75 gold potion.
Alright, so I guess I'll roll a d6 for this, because there's 3 and I know how many are what. So you drank the normal healing potion.
Let's go. Okay, so 2d4.
Yep.
Nice. 7 HP. Well, 8 and 9. So 9 HP total.
Alright, so you feel a bit better as you drink the potion, gaining back
Okay.
9 hit points.
And then I will. Skibbity bop. And I can stealth in the darkness, right?
Yes,
I will bonus action stealth in the darkness.
except Oririn can see you because you don't have concealment from him.
I
But,
wink at a rerun, but I don't know where he is.
Alright.
I wink into the darkness.
So you disappear into the darkness. Anything else?
That will end me.
Well, hopefully not.
Oh,
The Varrock goes. Let's see, what's it gonna do? I think. Well, this one up here is pissed off. I keep hearing myself echoing.
Sorry, I keep forgetting to mute myself. I apologize.
Oh, no worries. So this one up here is going to fly down this way, land on the altar, and attack Fitzgerald. Because Fitzgerald is the only one it can see. So it slashes angrily at your archer, first with its talons. 16 versus AC.
Yep.
Alright, so it gets a successful hit, doing 15 points of slashing damage. And then with its beak, 11 versus AC.
Haha.
Alright,
let's go.
luckily, as it slashes with its talons, when it lunges forward, you jump backwards, narrowly avoiding getting a nasty peck. This one here is
I'm
going...
gonna go ahead and do my movement as well.
Oh yeah, go for it. This one is going to come up this way and begin shaking as a bunch of spores fly off of it. Everyone within 15 feet, I need a con save, DC 14.
I hate living.
Was I hit?
Well, you need to make
No.
a con save.
Me?
Yeah, DC 14 con save.
We leave it up to the dice.
So Lazarus, you are affected, and
Tyrannis too, right?
Hmm?
Tyrannis too? Arnis?
Arnis? Oh,
Yeah.
is Arnis
Oh,
15
he's
feet?
15. Yeah.
Yes, he is. So Arnis and Lazarus, you are affected. You are poisoned. So at the start of each of your turns, you take a D10 damage, and you get the poison effect, which I'll put up in a second. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns to try to shake the poison. But basically, for now, you would feel sickly.
That's disgusting.
So poisoned. Let's see. Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks while you're poisoned. Alright, that's it for the Varrox. Oririn.
I'm gonna move up a little bit. And I'm gonna shoot the injured one.
All right.
Jessica
you
gasp.
have advantage, and Deska is no longer hidden.
Sees this big bird next to her and goes,
Ah! Oh God!
oh,
So
shoot.
20 would strike, and 13 or 15 would just hit, doing 21 damage. And the large Vrock looks very wounded.
Oh, come on, you son of a bitch.
Anything else?
That's
Rui?
it.
All right, Fitzgerald.
It's clipping him. Is he in it, or can I still see him?
He is out enough that you don't have disadvantage right now.
Okay, I'm just going to do a normal shot on him then. Short bow.
All right. Ooh, 20 would strike.
Oh,
doing-
ignore the 6 because there's no one next to him.
Yeah. So that would be 9 damage, and the creature is now very, very wounded, but still alive.
And then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then bonus action dash.
I'm out of here. Alright, so it watches you leave the room and now is looking angrily at Arnis.
And that's me.
Harold.
Harold is good where he is.
Alright, Nathaniel.
You're muted,
You're
Nathaniel.
muted, yeah.
Son of a gun. And we can't move diagonal, right?
Well, you can. It's just extra movement every second diagonal.
What wasn't it Q to do the
Yeah.
lining thing?
Well, you pick
Oh.
up your token, then hit Q. And then you have the ruler while you move.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay.
You can also press
so yeah,
Q to set waypoints while you're moving.
Yep, no, I figured it out. Thank you. Nathaniel's just gonna. He's kind of getting. He's losing all of his spheres. He doesn't have feeling that the spheres are with him as much anymore. So he's getting a little bit nervous seeing Fitzgerald once again run away as a scaredy little cat, and he reaches into his pocket and slips on the ring. Does anything happen?
The hag ring?
Yeah, the hag ring.
into a head.
Nothing noticeable.
Okay. And then he's just going to go ahead and cast a vicious mockery on the guy wounded at the far north, saying, "You're still not flying very well."
Alright, so he makes a wisdom save at advantage. 17 would resist, and he just screeches angrily at you.
I was thinking that, but I was like, no.
Yo, you read what I wrote?
About the same proximity.
That's a fair point. But he does
You're
not...
supposed to be the valiant warrior.
He does
I'm
not-
a historian.
Well, Nathaniel was thinking all that anyway, so... He was only insulting you in his mind, which is
Oh yeah, you're right
fair.
here. Let me do this
He
real
was
quick.
keeping it to himself. Arnis, what are you gonna do?
There we go.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're gonna take poison damage. That's what you're gonna do.
You might be muted, Arnold.
Oh, Arnis already rolled for you, but
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So you would take 8 points of poison damage, and you are poisoned at least until the end of your turn.
Correct. Now we're gonna run up here and we're gonna fight this asshole.
Alright, so as it's looking like it's about to fly at Nathaniel, you rush up and are you using your...
Oh, it's getting ready to attack Nathaniel. Oh, I just let it go.
you say, Nathaniel's got this.
No,
He needs it. He
No,
wants
I'm
his
with-
2
I'm-
piece.
I'm gonna attack it with my spears.
Alright, so it... Well, go ahead and make a... So you attack with your first spear, 22 would strike. It seems resistant as your spears are not magical, but go ahead and do a damage roll.
But monk weapon. Monk
Oh,
weapon's
right.
counted
You're,
magical, right?
yeah, you're a monk. So yeah, go ahead, roll damage. So it would take 6 points of damage as you impale
And I leave
it
the
on
spear in it.
and it falls down dead. So your
Oh,
spear
thank
would fall
friggin'
to the
God.
ground.
Let's go.
So is my con save gonna cost me any economy here?
You
or
do
tempo
still
or-
have to make the con save. It doesn't get rid of the poison. So at the end of your turn, go ahead and make a con save. Oh, and you're still poisoned. That is unfortunate. One thing to fix the torches, guys. The way it stacks tokens is it's like the last one is the last token you put into play is on the top. So if you bring a torch in, then delete your token and bring your token in again, you'll be on top of the torch. So you could keep it on your square without it touching your initiative bonus. In theory. I haven't tried it yet, but anyway, Arnis, that's it for you. Lazarus, what are you doing? Or wait, you doing
I have
more
one
stuff?
more. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So I'm assuming that right here is darkness, or
Right.
right here where the bad guy was.
Yes, partially.
Oh, good. I'm gonna step in there,
Okay.
and then I'm going to also at the same time. I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
All right.
Giving me a +6
Wait.
there, and I'm going to stealth.
Isn't Pass Without Trace a action to cast?
For him, I'm pretty sure it's a bonus action.
Yep, bonus action. Yep.
All right.
First battle.
So yeah, go ahead and link it, and I assume you're picking up your spear as you walk past.
No, I leave them in the dead bodies. Remember, until we're over.
All right.
So I've only got one spear left. Yeah.
All right. The spear is stuck there. All right, and then you stealth in the shadows. Lazarus, what are you doing?
I'm guessing from where I'm at, I can see this motherfucker, right? At least the edge of him.
You can, yes.
And I'm in a good position because Deska gives me whatever that's called. I can't remember right now.
Oh yeah.
Flank.
Fine. So I'm gonna attack, even though it's with disadvantage. 18 still hits, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. So 18 would strike, and you slash for 11 points of damage. And the creature does look wounded.
But the second one misses.
All right. Anything else?
And I think I'm gonna walk here.
Oh, and did you take your D10? It would be 7 if you haven't
All right.
from the poison.
I'm gonna walk here to give Deska my aura of protection just in case.
All right. So you circle around a bit, getting Deska into your aura.
And here's my con save.
You would make it, so you are no longer poisoned. Deska.
Okay.
The Vrock looks like it's getting ready to slash at you. Although
Oh,
now
wow.
it's turned towards Lazarus.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. Oh no. Let's kill this bitch. I will
Stabby stab.
stabby aim, stabby stab
Yeah.
with my returning dagger with advantage. Oh my god.
Why do you have advantage?
Oh, 14 doesn't hit.
Steady aim.
Oh,
Bonus
steady
action,
aim.
steady aim.
So no, unfortunately, 14 would still miss as it jumps out of the way. Luckily, it's still pissed off at Lazarus, though.
Nice. That's it because I used my bonus action.
Alright, the Vrock goes. It is going to lunge at Lazarus, violently snapping and talon striking.
Bring it, bitch.
10 would miss with the talons, however, I think a 20 would strike.
Just barely.
Alright, so you take a B kit for 9 piercing as he snaps onto your shoulder, ripping at it. Yeah, that would be it for the Rock. Oririn.
I'm going to shoot.
Alright, so
The
you
last one was there.
blasted him from the shadows. Both shots would strike.
Nice.
One of them critting, and you do 17 points of damage. The creature now looking very wounded, but still up.
That's it. You can also skip Herald.
Alright, Fitz.
I'm gonna pop in the door, and I'm gonna loose a shot.
So he is in the darkness enough that you would have disadvantage. Go ahead. Oh, but you would still hit.
Nice.
19 strikes, doing 14. And the creature goes down.
Oh, then I don't go back.
So, Arnis, we have to resolve the poison. We are at 2 rounds in. Give me another con save. You would take another 6 points of damage, and yeah, I need another con save.
Come down to me.
You mean?
Run down to me.
You do not make it. Lazarus,
Oh,
do, you
yeah,
have,
good point.
do you have something you could do to help him?
Yeah, aura
Saving
protection.
throws. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, what is this? The third round
It's a
now.
+4. So that would have technically passed if he was close to me. 'Cause it's a +4.
Well, he wouldn't have been able to because, well, I guess he could have on his turn. He
Yeah,
might
he could
not
have moved down.
All right, so I guess you could yell that at him. So Arnis, would you run down to Lazarus on your turn?
Yes, and hug him.
Okay. Hey, buddy.
I will embrace him
so
and a
you-
manly hug as well.
You feel, yeah.
I know
there's
what you
a-
went through.
There's a moment of love
Weston.
between you two as you embrace. It sparkles, and your aura would give him that +4, which is enough to kill the poison.
Even while hugging someone
Alright.
else, you think of Weston.
As long as you use the word manly,
Yes, we-
then it's not effeminate at all. Don't worry,
Yeah.
guys. It's just
It's a man.
As we both slowly turn to glare at Nathaniel for making us run after these things constantly.
Yeah.
Deska will look at these poison spores that these things had on them and try to put them in a vial if possible.
All right.
Oh wait, no, they're demons, right? They turn into
Yeah, they turn
essence.
to dust
Never
when you
mind.
kill them.
I always
Uh,
forget.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to Deska and pat her on the shoulder for 14 lay on hands.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm
Hey,
sorry,
Deska?
Mitch. I don't know who's
Deska.
slower than
No,
between
you're
the two of you.
I will, since I feel like we're not going to be taking a rest, I'm going to go ahead and just use my last spell slot and just cure wounds myself real quick.
I feel a lot better.
All right. So things are quiet as the battle ends, and you all kind of start to wind down. You use some healing. You
I could
examine.
use some healing.
Oh, you
By
could
the way,
take
Artis,
the,
take away the poison away.
yeah, you could take the poison off yourself, Arnis.
Arnis, we still have 2 potions if you really need it.
Sure, just give me one randomly. I have no fear of that.
Do you like how badly do you need it though? Because these are like our last supply.
He looks fine to me.
How about
Oh,
you, Fitz?
wow.
Do you need one? Because we can't really stop at this given time. We just recently
Well,
stopped.
you could try to do a long or a short rest.
I kind of really need a long rest. I don't know about you guys.
Well, you like machine gun smite every encounter. Oh, we're out of spells, guys. That's just a demon
Yes.
talking.
Pepe left.
What time
Long
is
rest
it?
characters.
Because we just did a short rest in the library before coming here, and then we immediately got into another fight. So
I mean, there's no limit on how long you have to do between short rests. You could just take up to your proficiency bonus each day. So I think that's 3 right now.
so we can take 3 short rests.
Yeah. So you've taken 1.
We've
If you
taken
want,
one.
I mean, you don't see any imminent danger. Obviously.
Oh yeah,
there
we
could
just
be-
cleansed this thing. This probably would be the best time to, if we're gonna, because we did just.
Well, as we're saying, he needs a long rest. So that was my question:
mean-
was what time it is? Because
Preferably.
So the calendar is in the journal, but here, let me check for you.
I mean, I'm still pretty useful. I can attack and tank, but I
I
can't.
mean, you can sometimes
burst.
swing.
And Sword of Smite. So it is currently probably about 11:30 a.m. at this point.
Oh yeah.
AM.
no, no, it's
Okay,
like
so
that.
we still got
It's approaching
Yeah, yeah,
lunchtime.
what?
Give me a
Short
potion, Deska.
Oh, short rest
Do you-
and use some hit die.
Yeah, you can short rest and use hit die. That would be an hour if the group felt comfortable.
Arnis, look me in the eye and say you desperately need this potion to stay alive.
The way the rest of you fight, I desperately need this potion to stay alive. With the exception of Lazarus.
I'm
With the
you,
exception of
buddy. I
Lazarus.
was in the front line. She'll sigh and give him one of the potions.
Oh, you weak-willed motherfucker.
I am loving. I'll give him the potion.
While
Thank
they're
you.
negotiating over there, can I inspect the altar and the statue and everything?
Yeah, so this looks like a cathedral, or not a cathedral, but like a church area where someone might do services. You see that the altar has been somewhat defaced by scratch marks, and looks like symbols of Yinagu have been kind of carved onto it. But other than that, it looks like it's in good condition. And the statue looks like an armored woman with kind of full plate, a shield, and a sword who's watching vigilantly over the congregation.
Does that match the statue we saw at the entrance of the temple when we had Durgar with us, where he was feeling the bad mojo? Like, is that Herodias
No.
as far as we know?
Well, the statue is different as far as you can remember.
Okay.
Though, if you want, you can give me an intelligence check to see how well you remember it.
I'm curious.
So yeah, you think this is a completely different person, whoever it is, but still a very finely etched statue.
No name or anything, like placard or anything that I could see?
No, just a
Okay.
large statue kind of looming over the church area.
Would I like? Because I just read the book. Would I recognize any details of the statue mentioned in the tomes that I can't remember the ghost's name told me to read?
Calistro or
Calistro, I don't know.
Do you remember what that tome was called?
I don't think
see if I
he
have it.
told me it was like it was just mainly like tales of like I think it was like significant people in terms
Oh,
of
yeah, kind of like heroic figures of
yeah.
Herodias. Give me I guess give me an intelligence check. Let's see if you remember any of the stuff.
Oh, I didn't go through.
Because there weren't any pictures in the book, just descriptions.
Oh,
You're not
no.
sure.
Not at
You
all.
are unsure.
Could be. I'd have to read it again.
Alright, so what do you all want to do? You want to take a rest? Do you want to move on?
I'll walk over to this door and just like first making sure that there's no like glowing light or anything like that, and I would just listen at it, not open it, but just
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception. Alright, Arnis, I think that is one of the greater healing potions, which is, I think, 4d4 plus. Let me look it up. I know it's 4d4. I don't know what the plus is.
I believe it's 44 plus 4.
That's what I think too. I just want to confirm. 4d4 plus 4, yeah. So you regain some health, feeling better, and the group is down one of the greater healings.
I would turn back to Lazarus and say, and Lazarus and Nathaniel, and I would say, do you feel confident moving forward, or would a short rest benefit either of you in recovering your spheres?
No.
I'm perfectly fine. I mean, I'm always fine. I just record the events of the day and clearly, manage the battle from afar while you all run around like chickens with your heads cut off. But I'm doing okay.
More importantly,
Strategically
ignoring anything you just
repositioned.
said, I say, do you have a sphere if we come across another idol so that we can dispel it?
That I do not, but I don't recover that on a short rest.
Okay.
And I'm out of holy water, so
So if anything, this is a scout the temple, find them, but don't mess with them until we have time to recoup kind of
I will say that, the cultists that we wanted to go destroy, with those scrolls that we found, there's the potential that I could take out the whole camp in one fell swoop, or at least a large chunk of it.
Hold on. I have. Hold on.
What type of scroll did you find that would give you that much firepower?
Oh, it's this thing that causes the whole earth to rumble and shake, and fissures form everywhere, destroying much of wherever I cast it in quite a large radius. I could take out one, if not several, buildings in one fell swoop.
Well, it would most likely just cause cave-ins underground. Are you talking about earthquake?
It's a scroll of earthquake.
Yeah. In an underground setting, earthquake would most likely cause cave-ins and probably destroy a couple of areas and bury a bunch of people.
Luke, question: if I ritual cast, would Deska think that if she casts ceremony on one of the idols, would it cleanse it of its malnourishment? It's evil
malnourishment.
Well, you can link ceremony if you want. I'll take a look at it. I think you asked me this last time, though.
Yeah, I thought I did, but I just wanted to be sure because it has like an atonement part. But hold on, I have to pull it up.
Oh, and I assume, Arnis, you grabbed your drop spear back there, right?
I'm going to give it to Deska. Here you go. Thanks for the potion.
I mean the spear that you stabbed the guy with over here.
Yeah, it's got demon blood all over it, right?
Yep.
Here you go, Deska.
I don't think I have a use for demon blood, but I will take the spear, I guess.
Deska drinks demon blood and becomes like Sam from Supernatural.
No, I won't. I have standards.
That's not true.
Oh, you can bless water.
That's how I made the water in the first place.
Yeah, so you can marry someone if you want, but I don't think
that part's. Listen, don't read that part. We haven't got there yet.
Deska's the pastor for the group. But no, I don't think there's anything you could do for cleansing.
All right, just gotta double check.
Yeah,
with
atonement
the 16 I rolled earlier.
Yeah. I was just gonna say atonement is more for a creature. Who has undergone alignment change because they've done like too many bad things or good things.
But who wants some plus 2 AC?
Turns his evil arc. You can be the like,
yeah.
You're like Lazarus. I'm your friend, and then you touch him, and he becomes good again.
I think he has to be willing.
Wait. You marry people and they get 2 bonus AC?
Yeah, one willing creature.
Marry me and fucking Oririn will be 22 AC each.
For 7 days.
Honestly, more likely
then we can get divorced and then you marry us again.
That will desanctify you. I cannot do that.
Deska isn't a fan of this type of...
that is actual blasphemy. I can't.
This is no
We'll get a lawful divorce.
But as long as it's
a lawful divorce?
Yeah. Oh, bro. Unlawful.
Go to court.
Now, if one of you die, and then we say, bring them back...
Yeah, I don't think, according to this, for the wedding, plus 2 AC for 7 days, I don't think you can marry another person while you're married. That would be... But anyway, what do you all want to do?
With the 16 I rolled earlier, anything...
No, you don't hear any movement in the hallway currently.
Okay. Then I guess we open the door and we continue on our adventure.
Alright, so the double doors pull inward, revealing a familiar hallway.
Familiar?
Yes, you know this hallway connects to the one to the north that you've been in before, where the buzzing noise came from.
Now I might need...
Down here, that says danger. I'm not...
Yeah, I need context for that, because I think that's when we mapped it out with Father Callisto, but I don't remember.
So the main hall is what that is.
The graveyard's up to the left.
Which,
he also told us
where...
to stay away from the graveyard.
He said the main hall was where there might be a large demon. which might be kind of the one of the first demons summoned by the cultists when they were here.
Why don't we go up here? That chick was supposed to be somewhere here, right? That phantom chick?
You're not sure where she is. She's just been kind of moving around. Because I
Yeah.
think you only saw her once.
And we
Yeah,
didn't
but didn't
interact
the
with her.
father tell us she was towards this corridor somewhere?
I don't remember him mentioning where she was.
think he
Priestess,
just
are you
told
talking
us
about
that
Priestess
she's-
Tavalia?
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember him saying that she was usually around that area.
We
Doesn't
saw
mean
her
that she's
there.
gonna be there.
When the time we saw her, that's where we saw her walking to. But he just said that
Yeah.
it's hard to gauge where her mental state is because she just kind of wanders, and so he doesn't know
Yeah.
exactly how she'll react to us. Since
Well, there's a couple doors up there that we haven't explored. Might as well.
Yeah.
Right.
do we
The
want
graveyard is dangerous.
It
Didn't
is,
the
but I
father
mean,
say it was dangerous?
Yeah, but
I-
that's also probably where a totem's gonna be.
Did we
Uh,
short rest? We short rested too, right?
No.
Not
No.
not after that
No.
battle.
Okay.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, yeah, you drank the potion, so you wouldn't have had to use hit dice to heal. But yeah, the graveyard, he said, was possibly filled with the spirits of the undead. Just to be cautious.
Mm,
So did he tell us about any place that was like roses and rainbows with gold that can just be picked up? And
No, there wasn't much of a place of roses and goodness in this corrupt temple, unfortunately.
I say we go up. But
willing to follow you.
I don't know what-
I mean,
what other group decides?
Whoa.
fighting the big demon as we are kind of expended, I'm not a fan of, and going to a graveyard full of possibly possessing ghosts also seems bad. So
You
I'm
mean
okay
giving-
with us. What's that?
I could talk the
I'll
ghost
just say-
down. I
you
mean,
mean
I'm
giving them a
very communicative.
What did you say, Deska? Sorry.
Oh, no, I was saying, you mean giving the ghost a chance?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathaniel
Let's
suggests
Well-
that he can speak with the ghosts, maybe.
That is
Lazarus seems to be on a mission, so I'll just follow Lazarus. He's really interested in that.
Like I
dead
said, whatever you
priestess.
guys want, but we're not moving, so might as
Yeah.
well move it along, right?
I mean, like, I understand that you're chased and you're hoping she's probably chased because she's a ghost and a priestess, but I mean, Lazarus, we just need to
Ooh.
remember what we're here
Oh,
for, okay,
man.
buddy?
We'll be
Like-
together forever and be virgins together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You got Deska for the ceremony. Give
Yeah,
me
I
a
will
perception
do
it.
check.
Oh,
Anybody?
Fitz, Arnis, Deska,
You might
everybody but me.
Yeah, you might notice something here as you walk down this hallway.
Ooh, 23 from Fitz.
Fitz, as you're walking, you would notice that the wall right here looks a little bit odd.
Ooh,
I would stop the group as we're talking about the priestess and the possible wedding coming up. I would stop. I would stop at the wall and look at it. And I would go ahead.
So there is a what's that thing called in the church where there's like an indent in the wall and a little statue?
Oh,
I know there's a word for it.
alcove?
Yeah,
No.
No, it's an alcove, but there's a special name like I forget what they're called, but yeah. So like, there's kind of like there's decorations like this all over, where there's like an indentation in the wall and like a kind of like the carving of like a half of a statue, like the bust going up. Relief, is that what it's called?
A relief? Isn't relief?
Nook.
Ah.
no fucking clue,
Okay.
honestly.
I have no idea.
Anyway,
But we know
would-
what you mean.
Yeah. So when you look closer at the relief in the wall here, it seems like there are edges to it that might move or might be meant to move, almost like this is supposed to swing open, like a door.
What kind of sculpture is it? Is it one of the skull ones, or is it just?
No, it's not one of the skulls because those seem like they were brought in later. It looks like one of the original architectures. It just looks like a scholarly priest with the symbol of Heronius around his neck, and he's sort of looking out as if he's about to give instruction.
I would come up. I would walk up to the wall, and it looks like it would swing because it's indented in that it would probably swing outwards.
Well, it
or
looks
to
like it
some
would
degree.
swing inward, actually.
Inward. Okay. So I guess I would walk up to it, and then I would start feeling around, like, because so far we've seen the switches and the buttons. So I would look for either of those first. A niche. There we go. There we go.
Investigation might tell you more here.
Yeah. I'll.
Alright, so you look around. It does seem like this is meant to swing open, but investigating the area, you don't find any activation device. You would guess that either you didn't roll well enough or the activation device might be elsewhere.
I think. Well, there's been a theme so far, and going back in memory, there was a switch in the one skull, then there was the two buttons for this room, and I know that we saw that skull around the corner. So I guess on instinct, the first thing I would do is I would probably Arnis is phasing to the wall over there. I
He's
would
examining.
go around the corner to this skull over here first, and I would probably check both of these skulls just because that seems to be the theme so far. So I'll do that first. So I would explain that to the group that it looks like there's an entry here, but I can't see an a way to activate it. So I'm gonna check these skulls around the corner real quick.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the thing to see if it does anything.
Alright,
I will stay back here because Nathaniel probably shouldn't be guarding one of our flanks.
That's probably a good idea. So, Fitz, you go look at the skull. You find there is a button in the same spot that the other skulls had a button.
Okay. Before I press it, I'm going to go down to this one. And I'm going to check that skull as well.
That skull as well has a button.
Okay. So then, looking down the corridor our rear in, I would wave at him and I would point at the skull, and I would just say on 3. Once he gets to it and he identifies the button in there, and then I would warn Lazarus, which I know Lazarus is AFK right now, but I would warn him that we're going to potentially open something.
All right.
And so 3, 2, 1. Give
Alright.
Aurorin the thumbs up and we push the buttons.
Aurorin, you pushing your button?
Yep.
Alright, so on 1, you both push the button, and a noxious gas sprays into the area of both of you. I need a con save.
I'm going to burn my inspiration for this.
Okay.
What a bait! It's a trap.
It's a trap. Alright, so Aurorin, you feel okay. However, Fitz, you are affected by the gas.
Oh god. Oh no.
So you take 26 poison damage, and you are poisoned. Luckily, it doesn't do ongoing damage, but you do not feel good. As you kind of run out of the gas coughing. And he does not look good right now.
I go around the corner coughing, the whole group just standing there like
Whoa.
looking at the statue waiting for something to happen.
Why is everybody rolling Constitution checks?
There was a poison gas trap this time instead of a door opening.
It was a lie. They lied.
They
Oh, yeah.
warned
Have
us
you
twice
rolled
to fuck us at the end.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am poisoned though.
It looks like these
Did
two
you-
skulls did not open a
Oh
door.
yeah.
That's the true way of killing adventurers. Just keep putting buttons that spray poison. We have to press them all. Ah.
I would.
As we were watching the alcove, I'm assuming nothing actually happened in the niche.
No,
there.
Okay. When you press the button, nothing happened over here. So it must be something else that activates it.
Can I see if I can try to? If I just go up and press against it, does it give away at all?
No, it seems pretty solid.
Okay.
All right, what do you all want to do?
Ew.
Fitz is not looking good.
Oh man, that is not good.
I say I hate using resources, but we have one more potion, don't we, Neska?
Yeah, man. You look, you need it. Be careful. Did I give him the last potion?
All right.
Watch it be like the last one also is a poison potion or some bullshit. Just like the one.
Got him.
Fitz is
Oh,
bad.
Oh wait, I gave you the wrong one.
Well, there's only one more potion, so I'm not sure if you can give him the wrong one.
I meant my poison and my belt.
Yeah, I know, yeah. That's what he
Oh.
was getting at.
Gotcha.
This group
I
should
will-
really get an alchemist.
Deska's not
I will remind
organized.
you once again. I can figure out what that potion is if you just stopped moving for 10 minutes.
No.
No,
we-
thank you.
We figured
takes
out
some
they've
use.
all been healing potions, so unless I got the bad draw and this one isn't one, well,
Let's take the chance on Fitz dying. I'm okay with that.
Yo,
Yeah,
I got,
yeah,
that's
let's
not
just.
I got one spear left. You're okay. Go ahead. Chug chug.
When was the last time one of us drank a potion and something bad happened?
Gaseous? 4.
I mean,
Yeah,
nothing
when you turned
bad
into a
happened.
gaseous ghost, that would be the last time. Earlier
That-
yesterday.
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible, honestly. Because, well, no,
Had
we
the
do know
taste
now.
of
You got
spirits and
possessed.
fruit. It was a very, very tasty potion. All right,
I
so
will
you-
try to open this door.
So
Oh,
you,
God.
Fitz, you drink that potion, and it is indeed a greater healing. So go ahead and gain your 4d4 plus 4. Lazarus, when you try to open the door, it opens partially, but will not fully open. It looks like there are a bunch of maybe roots on the other side of the door. You might have to force it open.
That is almost max. Jesus.
Okay, I will. Yeah, I'll push it open. Fuck it. Athletics.
Give me an athletics check to try to knock the door in. Alright, so you slam into the door, making a bunch of noise, and it would indeed push inward as the roots break out of the way, revealing a strange-looking room filled with mushrooms. And immediately a bunch of spores kind of start flowing into the hallway here. Lazarus, I need a con save. Alright, so you would all see the spores flowing out. Lazarus kind of coughs a bit, but he seems unaffected. What do you all want to do?
I tell him close the damn door, if possible.
Because I was say I think we can't go in.
I'll walk in.
Alright, are you closing the door behind you?
Sure.
Alright, so Lazarus walks in and closes the door. Not exactly what you were expecting him to do.
Laz?
So inside... yeah, go ahead.
Can I move around these things, or is that blocking my path?
No, you can move them aside. They're just mushrooms, so they're pretty pliable if you want to just move
Oh, I
through
thought
them.
maybe it was shroom wood or something.
No, it's a soft mushroom, but it is it's movable. You would also
Like Jack
notice,
of all trades, would I be able to make a survival check or something, nature check, to determine if I happen to be lucky enough to come across them before?
sure, and actually anyone with nature could make a check to know something here.
Let me
What about history?
No, history wouldn't help with this.
I don't have
Yeah.
advantage. That's just a 12 on my
I don't
part.
have nature.
Alright, so it's weird to see the air that thick with spores. mushrooms, from what you know, don't generally make it that thick as like when Lazarus just walked into the cloud of them. But yeah, you wouldn't know specifically like what type of mushrooms they are. So Lazarus, what's your perception?
Oh, it's a 10.
All right, so yeah, you see a bunch of mushrooms around this room. It's hard to tell what this room was in the past, but at this
try
point,
to
it's
do
just... Go ahead.
Can I try to do an active perception?
Yeah, sure. If you take a moment to look around.
Yeah.
No. So with a 10, you get the same thing. You have your light source with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So with your light and a 10, you would notice that it seems like there are a smaller multicolor mushroom coming from the corner back there. Those seem to be where most of the spores are originating from. Also, there is a crack in the wall back here that looks like it goes into a cave.
I have one question while this is going on.
Yeah.
Due to my enhanced sight, all the way at the end of this hallway, I see this guy. Is that actually there?
Guy.
This.
Oh,
right
no,
here.
he's not there.
Okay, never mind then.
Just watching us from the darkness.
I was about to say guy.
No, that was just that was a leftover from before.
I figured. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Would I assume, with my poor knowledge of our geographical area, that crack in the wall leading to the caves leads to the caves we were at before?
It probably leads to some caves. Do you have survival?
No, that's why I said horrible geographical.
Yeah, so it would probably be hard for you to pinpoint exactly where those led. You also would notice back here, there is a skeleton that's just completely covered in mushrooms, kind of lying on the ground under this big mushroom here. Looks like the mushrooms are just growing all out of the different bones all over him.
Does he have anything on him that I could grab?
No, not at this point. Looks like it's all decayed.
Guys, maybe we should go in after him. He's been in there for a little bit.
I have faith in him. He's good too.
Is there anything on him that I would be able to identify using history? Maybe from what period he's from or something like that?
Probably not. Like I said, all his stuff is kind of decayed. You would guess he's been here a while. And actually, at this point, give me another con save. You've been in here a bit. Breathing in spores. Alright, so you're still okay.
I'm just holding my breath.
Yeah. You're just not breathing much.
Okay. I guess I'll go out and tell them what I saw. And before that, I'll just shout, "Stand back!" before the sports are gonna come out. So stand back.
All right. So you
hopefully they heard me, and then I open the door.
Yeah, you open the door inward, making some noise again from the roots and a bunch of.
And I'll close it up again.
Yeah, and it seems like the roots aren't actually coming from the mushrooms, obviously, but other plants that are in there.
As he comes out, I will point my bow at him and I'll say, "What's the safe word?"
We had a safe word.
Yes.
And I lower my bow and I laugh at him.
Wait,
you came up with it. I smack him upside the
head. No, that's not canon. That was just a joke out of character. It's not canon. We're not introducing
100% don't remember that.
It was literally an offhand joke you made, so that was. Anywho,
I 1000% don't remember.
As you come out.
But I'll say I don't remember the code word, but fuck Deska, I guess.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty canon, right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything of interest in there?
Couple of things. There were some weird multicolored mushrooms that were generating the spores. a crack in the wall that seems to lead to some caves and a decaying corpse with nothing interesting on it. And the mushrooms were growing from the bones. I guess someone that understands geography better could take a look at the crack and maybe decipher where the cave goes. But other than that, I don't think there's anything interesting. Oh, and if you're interested in herbalism and stuff like that, maybe check out the weird multicolored mushrooms, I suppose.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could I make another nature check or survival check if he described the multicolored ones a little bit more in depth to see if I could recognize
Sure.
having seen
Give
them
me
before?
another nature check. Nathaniel can as well. So with an 18 and a 20, you would know that those mushrooms are somewhat of a rare cave mushroom that can be used for various potions, sometimes poisons, but you know they emit a very dangerous toxic spore that continued exposure to can have bad effects on you. Hallucinogenic as well as damage.
Ooh.
Would I know of
they're
a
magic mushrooms?
would I know of a way to potentially counteract them
spores?
or get rid of them in some easy fashion?
So,
Like, are they susceptible to fire or something like that?
Did you say something, Arnis? I think you both talked at once.
Oh, I'm not going to say anything. I want to see where the burning magic mushroom cloud goes.
Gotcha. So you would know that with a 20, you would know that the spores are something that kind of builds up over time. If the room was ventilated or a swift wind dispersed them, it would make it much safer. But other than that, you're not sure how to get rid of the toxic cloud of spores. Because like they disperse when they move into like a bigger area and become far less dangerous. That's why like when he opened the door, it was only the kind of immediate area that was dangerous, and then once they came outside, they sort of floated away from each other.
Daniel would say, I read this story about these wonderful adventurers that dealt with a similar issue. If you got some wind going, you guys talk a lot and don't really say anything, unlike me, that you could potentially disperse them with some waving of the hands, perhaps, if you guys want to try that.
Or we can just leave the door open for a little bit while we keep exploring, and maybe the density will be less.
Let it air out.
That sounds smart.
I was thinking just throw Nathaniel in there because he talks about talking. So what better wind than that to
I am
get
interested in those mushrooms.
Nathaniel knows more than anybody about anything, so he should probably go in.
But
Let's just
I mean,
leave it
those
ventilated.
mushrooms honestly sound very useful, especially we don't have an alchemist, but Deska does use poison, so
let's
Or
investigate the
amount.
next door. Let's figure out this statue, and before we leave this area, we'll open the door and leave it, so that way it has plenty of time to ventilate, and it doesn't ventilate onto us if something bad happens in this next door we're about to check out.
I mean, I survived in there for a while.
Good for you,
You're a
Lazarus.
hardy of body, so
I'll open the door again.
All right, so the door opens inward, and some spores would come out. Lazarus, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So you made your con save, so you're okay. As the spores kind of hit you, and you're like, maybe like wave your hand in front
I
of your
said
face.
after we leave the area, Lazarus, and I just rubbed my eyes frustratedly.
Yeah, but this will be faster. By the time we're out of the next room, this will be
As-
clear. Let's
I
go.
say if thieves can't, let him be. Let him have his fun.
All right. So you said you're opening this door
I
here.
would just drink another potion, since that seems to be your solution to use all of our resources.
I haven't
I'm sorry,
taken a
how many
single
spears do
potion.
you have on that Nighthog? I'm sorry, how many did it take for you to figure that out?
How many people are you making? Are you gonna make run this time around, huh?
Yeah,
Getting them away from us.
maybe you can make the spores run away, and then we
Guys,
can get into the room
guys.
faster.
Let's just open the door.
Give me a D20 roll.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
The group is making a bit of noise as you argue in the hallway. Well, actually, nothing happens. You're okay.
Okay.
Can we go into this other room, please?
Yeah, I'll open the door. Nobody
Alright.
wants to do it.
So you push the door inward, opening the large double doors, and it seems to open into kind of a small area with another one of those
Oh,
altars.
shit.
And what did you say? Oh shit.
The statue.
Oh. And yes, there is a statue at the corner of the room over here, spewing the
Underneath Arnis.
dark.
Arnish just runs onto you like, I got it, just
Jumps
tackles
onto
it.
Drop kick.
Yeah.
I stick my finger in the hole.
But yes, there
what?
is a statue in here. There are these two other statues that again look like warriors. Watching over the room, there's the small altar and the pew and the unnatural-looking Knoll statue.
What's up on this thing on the pew?
So actually, now that you're in here, Fitzgerald, you have a past perception 19, right?
24 if with Lazarus light source.
All right, so you would see that there's well, first of all, on top of the altar here, there are some components that are bottled. There are 3 bottles there with religious components, about 200 gold pieces worth of religious components.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
Looks
Pass
like
that to Ririn.
someone may have been preparing to do a ritual on the altar. You would also notice, kind of off to the side underneath the altar, which at first you thought was just part of the altar's inner area, there is a small protrusion coming out that might be a button.
I will press it.
Yeah, I said
You don't see this,
Fitzgerald.
mother cracker.
Lazarus is like, I see it. Just smacks it.
So,
I want to
First
press
thing-
button.
while we're all looking at the obvious reagents on the altar, because no one else has spotted the button yet, I would, turning to, well, the spellcasters in general, I would say, do these
You
components...
mean me?
Yes.
Oh.
Excuse you.
You're not even in the room, so I don't even know where you're at right now.
I thought you requested the button. I was going to go check the alcove.
No. That's Lazarus' delusions of grandeur. I'm not pushing anything. I just pushed the button and almost died, alright? So, anywho,
Fitz
I would
is done
say-
with these
Point it out.
fucking
I will
buttons.
press it.
based on these
Lazarus just waiting
components...
for you to point it out.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Say there's a but.
He has one hand on the button, but hasn't noticed it yet, and just listening to me talk.
Damn it.
No, I would say based on the components on the altar, could we know what kind of ritual would have gone on here? As someone who's illiterate
give
in it?
me, do you have knowledge religion?
No, this is a question I'm posing to the group.
Oh.
Just because I'm illiterate about this, so
Gotcha.
I'm like, because I see the button, so I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together based on my no knowledge that I have.
Okay. So
Um,
yeah, if anyone has knowledge religion, you might have some insight here.
My knowledge of my religion is instinctive. I have no actual training and such.
Okay, so yeah, no one would know just by looking at these components.
Does Ariran have religion? I don't know. Since he's the one that usually takes the components, so I just kind of want to get his input before.
Oririn is a mystery. No one is really sure what he does. He just
Exactly, yeah.
He
Angel,
lives.
but he doesn't know
Whatever.
anything about the angel.
He has
Yeah.
a familiar that never does anything. He wears plate armor. He casts darkness every fight, and he
talks
also
about an
hoards all of
angel.
our items.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a priest, warlock, something. Who knows?
And Bard as well, because he
Bard,
loves
possibly.
to sing.
Yeah.
Well, assuming we don't know anything, I would say at this point I would point out the button to Lazarus, but I would
And
ask
I will
that once
press it.
Ariran gets back, if he does have any religion knowledge, if we can use that.
Oh, did
I
Oririn
pressed
have
the
to
button.
AFK?
Yeah, he said be
BRB.
right back.
Okay.
So I also don't want to hold it up too much.
So Lazarus, you're pushing the button.
Yes.
All right, there is a click, and Nathaniel, near you, you see the wall kind of slide inward, opening up an area.
What do I see before anyone else gets over here?
Well, you see kind of what you see there inside the room. It looks like there is a weapon rack, several armor racks, and yeah, you see a couple. This looks like an armory of some sort because there are a bunch of weapons in here.
Nathaniel
weapons-
comes on back here. Nathaniel, hey, you didn't see that? Hey, you get back here!
Lazarus, get back here!
Lazarus suddenly
You
instinctively
guys
knows.
don't know.
No, see, Lazarus has shit perception, so he pushes the button, then he just like looks under the book, around the tapestry, like, what happened? What did it do?
Yeah,
Is this like a
Lazarus-
bench or something?
It's a
I
pew.
think so.
You know, like a church
Nathaniel
Oh,
comes
pew.
back
okay,
and
yeah.
says, Nathaniel comes back and says, still wrong button. Any poison again?
Again,
Give me a
no.
deception check.
Yeah. Give me a. Oh, he's a god.
He
at
can't get
that.
less than 20.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But can I active insight?
Sure, you can active insight.
Okay. I wish I had inspiration.
I'm like, how did you know we pushed the
Yeah,
button? You
Nathaniel's
were out
like,
in the
that's a
hallway.
very curious statement to make. Suddenly. So yeah, you might think he might be.
I
being
would
a
say-
smartass.
When
You
we
weren't
find out
here,
he's
how do you
lying,
know?
I will attack him. By the way,
Are you actually attacking him?
I will assume he is possessed.
I mean,
Just letting you know, Nathaniel.
That
Are
is-
you sure you want to lie?
Hold
well,
on.
he already said it. He doesn't know you're.
He already
threatening him.
lied, yeah.
Plus,
And
you
into his
to you, it
defense-
sounds like he's telling the truth with your.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I believe
You don't know
everything
any-
he's saying.
You don't know
I
anything.
would,
What do you say, Fitz?
Well, I would say, how did you know we pushed another button? You weren't even in the room, unless you saw something
I actually
happen
had
out
line.
there.
I actually had line of sight to you guys.
Yeah, but can you see in the darkness?
Lights of everyone has lights out.
Only Lazarus is lit.
Mm,
So yeah,
I have
Fitz-
lights out. Lazarus has a light out.
his hand was over it, so you never saw actual pushing. You just saw us around the altar. But it's really
Yes.
convenient that you decided to join us now all of a sudden after something happened, and then you make.
You got me. Yeah, there's another room over here. There's some weapons in there. Crazy.
Okay, Lazarus, now attack him.
Lazarus, get him!
Purge the
Well,
ghost.
I will
purge him.
punch him. I will punch him in the shoulder.
Your punches are deadly.
All right, so you're just punching him more like a oh, hang on, Deska, I need a hang on. So you walk in, Deska. As you do, you would hear a click, and I need a
Oh,
dex
course.
saving throw.
Oh,
it's,
I'm
one of the
terrible
ones
at
you're-
those.
Yeah, good at.
You're the one that always checks for traps.
Like,
I
oh.
know the one time, dude.
So yeah, you kind of like hear the click, and you're like, oh f. Do you have what's it called? It lets you
Evasion?
avoid evasion. Yeah.
No, I do not.
All right, so swords slash out at you from the walls as you dive sideways. Luckily, they only kind of graze you,
Oh, the one time. I'm so mad.
and you
Ernest?
take 8 points of slashing.
Grrr.
So you think the pressure plate was on this square when you first entered?
You know, if you did just run around like a chicken with your head cut off.
Don't you dare speak right now. I will join Lazarus in castrating you. Shut up.
Oh my god!
By the way, Lazarus, did you actually hit me? Because I'd like to actually. Did you actually take a
I
swing at
punched in
me?
the shoulder. Yeah.
I think it was more like a playful swing.
Oh.
Like he wasn't actually
Okay.
dealing damage. Were you actually trying to hurt him?
It was a semi-serious.
It was like,
Alright,
hey.
So was
come
it
on.
enough like you were dealing damage, or more like you're just like, ah, you asshole?
Nah, he probably just felt it.
Okay, so maybe it hurt a little bit, but it didn't actually
Okay,
deal
fair enough.
damage.
Yep.
Like, ah, you jerk.
Alright.
Jessica, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What
Now
did
I
you step
search
on?
for traps. I stepped
Did
on.
you just step on it again?
Don't step on it!
No,
I went to disarm it. That's what I was
You
doing.
can stay
Yeah,
here
we don't
and
have to get
disarm
on it.
Okay, I was about to say I was gonna disarm.
I'm
That's
disarming
how
it
you
with my
disarm
body.
landmines.
I was about
Don't you
to lose it. Oh, my
All right,
God.
give
Every
me-
movie you see a person step on a landmine.
I
and
mean,
then
that is
disarm
a way
that's
to
how you do
disarm it. That is
Yeah.
one of the ways to disarm a
No,
trap is to
I refuse.
continually set it off. Go ahead, give me give me an investigation. Let's see if you can figure out how this
sure.
works.
Oh God, no! I was hoping that never happened.
So you would see the pressure plates, but you don't see a way to actually get at the trap.
I'd scream to Fitz and Thieves Can't. Yo, Fitz, there's a trap. I need help.
I would gently push Lazarus and Arnis out the way, just saying, "Give me a sec, guys."
Can I jump over said trap? I mean-
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So
There's not a,
yeah, if you take a running jump, you can jump up to your strength score.
Arnis,
as
please.
he does that.
So as
I
long
would
as your
say,
strength is 6 or higher, you can jump that spot.
I would tell him, you're only assuming there's one trap, and
Right.
as he jumps over,
If
Luckily, there is
kill-
only one. There's no click over there.
I will push
There-
Fitz aside, and I will also jump.
Please
Oh my
no.
I'll catch you.
Deska is sweating bullets right now.
It's like, wait, I haven't explored the rest of the floor.
Dude,
Uh,
actually, let me do this.
As far as you can tell, it was only that one spot with the pressure plates. But yeah, there are a bunch of weapons and armor in this room.
What kind of armor?
Uh,
It's probably a
One
broken
second.
plate mail.
Fuck. I'm
it's
gonna
a breastplate
cry.
in there, let me
so
know.
let me
Oh,
get back to
well.
you two in a moment. Fitz, you said you were doing a perception on the trap.
yeah, I was gonna do an Now that he pointed out to me, I'm gonna do an investigation to see if I can figure out how it works.
Or yeah, investigation. Go ahead.
Deska will be like on her
now-
tiptoes and point at Laz and be like, "If
Just
there's a
in case-
breastplate, let me know."
Just in case I've been cheating, I have a level of exhaustion, right?
Yes, you'd be at
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Okay, cool. So these
Could I
skills are
reach
good.
out?
I haven't been doing it. That's my fault.
Can I reach out and give him guidance? Because I'm terrified of him messing up.
Sure. So as you see him taking a look, you guidance, giving him a D4.
Let's go.
Okay, so do that and then add a D4.
Oh. Good rolls. So D4. It's already enough though. So yeah, you're examining these pressure plates, and as you are, you find a spot that seems like it opens, and there are some wires on the floor, kind of to the north here. So Deska, you think you can use your thieves' tools to deactivate that?
I'll pass my thieves' tools to Fitz. Oh, you have
I have
some.
my
I'm like,
own,
Fitz,
yeah.
please. I don't
Well,
want to
I-
move.
Well, he's at disadvantage.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have to set it up. Hold on.
Let
I was-
Deska can do it, and then I will guide him, like finding the wires. I'll say this is where they're headed. It looks like this is how they go this way, and so I'll give him the vocal knowledge as a aid, as the action to aid him while he
Alright,
actually does the
So
disarming.
give me both of you. Give me a thieves' tools check. Although I think Deska's fine. Yeah. All right. So you work together. Fitz is kind of wounded, so he's not too much help because of his wounds kind of getting in the way of his ability to concentrate. But Deska, you are able to disable the trap, and you think, you think it's disabled. You believe it should no longer go off.
Okay, I take that tentative step.
Yeah. If you step on the pressure point, there's a click, but no blades come out.
I
I hug
Deska.
Fitz. Thank you.
All right. So meanwhile, Lazarus and Arnis, you are looking at the armors, which look very.
Is it-
Daniel makes the elaborate action of jumping over the trap, not trusting.
Yeah. Yeah. You just. I mean, it's a 5. It's 5 feet. It's pretty easy to jump.
I look offended at that.
In my head, I was like,
How
I
dare
push
you.
him, but I stopped myself.
How dare you, sir? All right. So here, let me take a look at the armors here. Let's see what do we got. Give me a D10 roll.
As they're exploring all of the armors, I'm going to
Go
be in
for
the
it, Lance.
corner trying to identify the ring, spending 10 minutes if we spend that much time here. I'm going to start at least.
All right. So one of the armors. Let me look at this real
Oh
quick.
man, talk about blood rush.
One of the armors is looks like no, it's not. Hang on. I just want to make sure that I'm not doing this wrong. Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to look something up. Oh, okay. So one of the armors looks like it is a breastplate, but it's made of a strange material. Or sorry, no, it's not breastplate. It's a chainmail. It's made of a strange material, though. It seems much lighter than normal armor, or than chainmail would normally be.
Would it be similar to the one I have on me, which is a chainmail +1?
No, it seems even lighter than that. Do you have armor smithing or any type of knowledge of blacksmithing? No. Okay.
No.
So, I guess maybe if anyone does or anyone has wants to make an intelligence check, they might know something about this. Anyone who can is proficient with actually okay, I'll say anyone proficient in heavy armors can make a intelligence check.
Well, what do you know?
You might know something.
An intelligence check, you said?
Yes. If you're proficient in heavy armor, which I think only a couple of you are. So Deska, you if you're in the area, you see them looking at the armor, you would recognize that this armor is made from mithril, making it much lighter than a normal armor, and can be worn without imposing disadvantage to stealth checks.
That's
kind of perfect.
This is mithril.
So it would be very useful for someone who is stealthy and can use heavy armor, because it is heavy armor still, technically.
Deska, that is all yours, buddy.
Is it actually better though?
It is.
That is
Can
the
she-
question.
Hold on. Actually, what is it? Yeah.
So
Does it still need a strength requirement for it?
no,
Mithril,
there's
I don't
no.
think so.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
if there's no
mithril-
strength requirement, it would be
yeah,
better.
mithril armor is light and flexible. Yeah, if the armor normally imposes disadvantage on stealth checks or has a strength requirement, the mithril armor doesn't have that.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
goodness.
Nice.
Though let me look at chainmail, because I don't know if chainmail lets you use your dex bonus, so I don't know if it's actually going to be better for you.
I don't
Because
understand
chainmail,
why
actually,
anybody would wear armor.
yeah, you're like, why are you guys so excited? Well, it actually might be a little bit better. Its AC is 16. But yeah, I don't think heavy armor lets you use your dex. That's the only catch. Right?
Really? I don't know.
I'd have to look up heavy armor, but I remember that from somewhere. Let me see if I can find that, or if I'm just imagining it. Heavy armor.
I'm going to peruse the swords and spears and mauls and glaives and daggers and
Oh my.
yes.
Yeah, heavy armor doesn't let you add your dex modifier to AC, but it doesn't penalize you if your dex modifier is a negative. Okay.
But this is 16.
Yeah, so 16, which I think is one better than what you have now.
It is one better than what I have.
Yeah.
Or we could sell it and feed a lot of those needy children.
Oh God! Don't tempt me. You said the exact right thing.
When Arnis says that while I'm over here at the door, I'll say, we can only keep feeding them if we're alive, Arnis.
That is also a counterpoint. It's a what? I'm gonna write it down. It's a mithril
chainmail.
chainmail.
Listen, if you don't want it, I'll take it. That means I don't get a disadvantage
You've got
on
like
stealth
Deska
checks.
5
hugs it to her
pieces of
chest.
armor.
Just add it to his arsenal. Just strap some.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take it. And then look for daggers in the room.
So it would take you 10 minutes to put this on.
I'm gonna check the other armor. I don't know what it's all about.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just start putting it on now. Then I feel like we're gonna be here for a little bit.
So, give me another D10 roll. Someone. Anyone.
Oh, somebody else want to do it, or should I?
Go for it, Laz. Oh, Riven already did.
Riven did it.
All right. So, let's see. 2. So it looks like the other armor stand has a chain shirt on it. but it looks like it's in pretty good condition for how old it would be.
Oh wow.
Chain shirt.
Chain shirt.
Yeah.
What is that exactly?
I think it's a light armor.
Yeah, it's light armor, but mithril. Let's see.
This one you don't think is made of mithril. It looks like
No,
a
yeah, I didn't mean to
material.
say that. I meant to say,
It's medium armor, so that means you get to use your dex
Yeah.
with it, right?
Yeah, AC 13.
AC 13, and so it doesn't all medium armors like cap at 2, like you only get up to +2 dex.
I would have
matter
to
how
look.
much.
I'm not sure, but you might be
Oh.
correct.
I am not interested in that. So
Yeah.
look at the weapons
It would
as well.
give me a +1 to AC.
It's not all about you, Laz.
If I can use my dex with it. That's the only question.
Or we could
You
sell
just
it.
don't want to
and feed
give me
all
a
those
plate
children.
armor.
Or you could sell it and feed the children. Yeah.
I look
Raiden
at
just
Arnis
doesn't
and I'm
want to
like,
give me my plate armor.
when did you have so much time to make all these children you're feeding?
it has the thing half on, it's just left.
Valid question.
Like, what?
Give me a
goodness.
D20 roll. Just for no reason.
For no
Right.
So what else are you doing in here?
Checking the
Sure.
weapons.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of weapons on the table. Various swords, axes, daggers, a great sword, great axe. Is there a particular weapon you're looking for? They all look very old. It's hard to say.
Long swords. There's no
Short
shields,
sword.
right?
So you do see a shield on one of the tables. There's probably actually several shields laid out. What did you say, Arnis?
Short sword?
Yeah, there are a couple of short swords.
Question. These are like old like armaments, but would it look better than a null shroot, like a null shield that I picked up like years ago?
Oh yeah, definitely. These are.
I would
like
switch
actual-
out my shield.
It's not a wooden shield. It's more of like a actual.
So none of the swords or none of the weapons, none of them look really unique. They just look old.
I mean, they all have a kind of style to them of maybe from an older time. But it's hard to say if you're talking about like magical. That would be hard to tell without having some kind of detect magic spell going.
Oh, just like quality.
Deska?
It'll be my last spear. Do you want me to do it?
What else are you going to use it for?
Yeah.
Don't take it as an offense. Like, literally,
No,
would it be
I
useful in a
I
fight?
could.
do
I
you
could
not
pick
have-
some up.
Do you not have ritual caster?
Actually, you're right, but actually, I also forgot that I switched it out for protection, so I don't have detect magic right now.
Oh, okay.
That leaves Nathaniel.
Does Nathaniel
Ben
have
is busy
detect magic?
studying his ring. You guys can wait another 5 minutes for me to finish studying my ring.
He's busy with the ring right now.
How many daggers are in here?
There's probably a good amount. I would say 10 or more. There's a lot of weapons in here.
Deska will carefully go through the selection and take like half. She'll take like 5 daggers.
All right, so you grab 5 of the daggers.
Let's go.
I honestly just want to know if there are any magical shields or swords. Anything else I don't really care about.
Oh, and you took a shield, right, Deska? 5
Yes, I also
daggers and
took
a
a
shield. All right.
We
so
finish
yeah-
it. Can I? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lou.
No, that's okay. You can go. I was just gonna say.
I
what
was
happens.
basically, I was going to pass that time to finish the 5 minutes. And do I identify the ring?
Yeah. So if you were doing identify, and you have your pearl,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
All right. So if you were doing identify, the ring is indeed a ring of protection, +1. It does require attunement to work, though. So just putting it on would not activate it.
Yeah. I didn't think ring of protections by default required attunement.
I'm pretty sure they do, but let me double check.
I am adding it right now and can tell you in a second. Ring of protection.
It says requires
It
attunement.
does, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I
Okay.
was gonna say, if
Good to
that
know.
did, you could just wear like 10 of those. It'd be ridiculous.
That's true.
Bling! Just +1 ACs for days.
So I do not have. Nathaniel would say something to the effect, "Well, you know, I'm good at a great deal of many things, but right now I am unable to by spell or ritual cast the spell known as Detect Magic or use my spheres to do so. But I can take a closer check, knowing the great many things that I do, to see if there are any magical essences or specialty weapons here in this area. If you would be so inclined, I'm thinking Jack of all trades. Could I get like a high DC check to see if I know anything else special?
Well, you could. I don't think any of the weapons here are strong enough that you just know them by look to be magical. So you probably would still. You'd either have to identify just a bunch of items, which would take forever, or you would have to, detect magic on them.
Well, I don't have it, guys, so sorry.
Yeah.
While this is...
I just want to understand this, not being a spellcaster myself. Why would spellcasters not be able to detect other spellcasters' stuff? That makes no sense. It means you're out of balance.
If there's
What
skills,
about an
they could hide
Arcana
it.
check?
Arcana would not identify magic stuff or detect its presence. Arnis, were you asking me that, or was that just like a little snipe at Nathaniel?
It wasn't a snipe at anybody. It was a question about why would spellcasters not be able to detect the magic of others.
All right, but that was in character,
It was a
right?
game. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were asking me.
Oh, no, I don't overengage Nathaniel, because then you get a long conversation going. Yeah, that's not all right.
Would there be any way by looking at them to see, like comparing to other weapons, which ones look better? As in better states?
Yeah. I guess, if, I don't know what skill you'd use for that, like, quality. Maybe a perception check.
Well, I suck at those, but let me try to do
If you
one.
want to examine them. Alright. So, yeah, I'll say if you want to go through all the weapons and examine them, like, you might be able to find small, small things about them that could look, could make some of them stand out. But that would take some time.
Oh, no. Oh, fuck.
Or any of you could do that.
We do not have one
If
of
Lazarus suggests it.
We don't.
No. I'll
That
do
would
it
be convenient.
for the boy.
Alright, so Deska, you're going to take the time and look through the weapons?
Yeah, if Laz says something, I'll help him out.
No, I mean, if we don't want to stay too long here either.
While they're doing that, is it possible for me to investigate for a way to open and close the statue from inside the room?
So you don't see any buttons in here. You would guess that... give me if you're looking around for that, give me a perception. Alright, so taking a look around, you do find an area of the wall down here that looks a little bit off. You think it might be a button. Do you want to press it?
We'll press it for you if you want.
I turn as Lazarus and Deska are like going over the weapons, and Nathaniel's like staring at his ring, and Oriren's doing Oriren things. I would just tell the group in general, I'm pushing a button. All right.
It's already been a good 20 minutes. If we maybe rest for a bit longer, could we have completed a short rest recovering at least some resources?
You mean before he pushes the button?
Yeah. Suggesting to the group.
Yeah. If you guys can, I was under the impression that none of us could get any resources back from short resting, so that's why we haven't.
I get I get Bardic Inspirations back. I'm down to 1. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but you could also roll
It
some hit
helps.
dice. A few people are a little bit low on hit points, so roll some hit die. Was my thinking.
I'm not against it. I'm thinking that this button will just be a way for us to close this, because that will give us a little bit more security, especially since we're going to rest here. Because it doesn't
That works.
seem, and this is talking in
That's it.
character, it seems weird for them to have a room that you can only get into from the outside. And so I'm just curious about closing this door so that way we can take a more leisurely rest and not worry about the amount of noise we're making while we're in this area.
Is there a clearer way to close the door, obviously, that we would see if we looked at the door?
I mean, you could just, so the relief swung inward, you could just push it and swing it back to click to lock it in place again, but you're not sure how it would open at that point.
Yeah.
Before we do that, should we stick our heads out in the hallway and see if maybe the spores have dissipated enough?
Yeah, go ahead, Arnis.
So it's only been about 15 or so minutes from when the spores were kind of coming out. If you look, you would still see them flowing out of the door, but it does seem like there's less of them now.
Okay.
I would actually say, Nathaniel, you saw where we pushed the button on the altar, correct?
Correct, the far one? Yeah.
Do you and Arnis want to step out, and I'll hit this button, and if for whatever reason it does shut the door and it doesn't open it back up, you guys can at least be on the outside to open up the altar again, if needed.
Sure.
Because Nathaniel, you have a light source with you, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I-
So then,
I don't need a light source. I can just put on my goggles if Nathaniel wants to wait inside.
and I just want
Nathaniel's
you guys
already gone.
together, because battle
Okay.
buddies. Remember this, Arnis? I'm not letting the
Okay.
library go. Battle buddies.
All right.
So, Nathaniel and Arnis, do either of you have a light source out?
I have my light source with me.
Okay.
Yeah, my goggles. So
Well, I'm more meant
well.
because of the Death Dark.
Death Dark.
But yeah,
So-
if you have your light source out, the darkness would be kept at bay.
So once they leave the room, I will, give everybody a nod, and then I'll push the button that's on this wall.
Alright, you hear a click noise come from this square here with the pressure plate.
Oh.
You son of a...
And if I go look at it, does it look like it's disarmed, essentially?
Well, it's already disarmed, but maybe
Yeah.
if it was active, that would have disarmed it. Maybe.
Okay. So the door stays open.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you could swing it closed if you want. But actually...
After a moment, I press the button on the altar. Is the door closed?
So you press the button, and indeed the door would swing shut. You would now notice there is a lever on the back of this secret door here. Now that it's closed.
So just to be safe, I'll pull out my water skin and I'll just set it on the pressure plate just to make sure nothing crazy has happened.
Alright, fair enough.
Does anything crazy happen?
No. Well, that trap is still disarmed, as far as you know.
Okay, I'm just,
You think,
we-
I mean, Deska cut the wires, so it's going to be pretty hard for that trap to go off because it's not connected.
I did take
Exactly.
the wire.
So then I'll hit the lever.
Alright.
Uh,
A cloud of gas sprays out. No, I'm just kidding.
I knew it. I knew it. Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay.
No, the door just opens if you pull the lever.
He's down.
Okay.
Alright. All
We
that
return-
perception check.
Yeah, we return back to the room, I'm guessing, at this point.
Yeah, so it looks like the door can be opened with that safety lever on the back of the secret door.
want to go open the graveyard before we go back?
No, we're not looking for a fight yet, Arnis. Let's
Take a
get
short
that
rest.
Short rest done. So now that we know that we can open the door from the inside, I would motion at Arnis to help me close the door, close the statue, and then
Alright,
once that's
It clicks
done,
closed.
Okay. And
Well, we're here.
looking
We're-
feverishly.
Unfortunately,
The whole
We're not-
time.
the area is still clouded with those death shadows that keep trying to push against the light. You imagine because the statue's still in play. But yeah, you don't think anything in the hallway would be able to get in without knowing how to open that.
Yeah, but
Without
we're in
being
a
a
pretty
ghost.
defensible position. Should we try a long rest instead?
Well, I
Take a
think
day.
if we want to
So
stop
early
the
in the day. It's
statue,
only like noon.
We're
Yeah.
inside.
Oh,
Exactly.
I
We haven't seen a fucking sunstone in forever. So we
Yeah.
literally don't give a fuck about what time it is. Who has a way of tracking time?
I mean, if you have survival, you could kind of tell by how tired you are and just
yeah.
But not you don't have a good way of tracking it. Meta wise, it's probably about noon at this point, just for
So-
the sake of tracking
Yeah, but that's
powers.
so
and
if we
stuff.
if we rest for a while, can we stop that statue from leaking darkness?
Well, as
yeah,
far
we'd
as
be able to destroy it.
yeah, well,
Right
if
now we don't have
Nathaniel,
anything.
if Nathaniel got
So-
his spells back, he could probably dispel magic, I believe.
So
Yeah.
why don't we do that? That way, when we are ready to fight the graveyard, that's the last statue that we know of, at least.
You know,
Well,
also,
I mean, you all are living by your name, the restful. You go do one little thing and then rest again. That's fine if that's how you want to.
You can't
spend
do
your
anything
time.
right now. Why are you complaining? It's you.
Nathaniel,
I mean-
if we take a short rest, can you dispel the magic on the statue? Yes or no?
No, but there's still lots of other places to explore today,
The
and we
main
could find
hall
other.
and the graveyard.
Oh,
What
I
is
spend
our
a key-
mission?
I spend a key point and I cast silence on Nathaniel.
Our mission is to destroy those things. Everything else is extra. We don't care about your book. We're trying to dispel those. If you can't do that, then there's no point to explore.
Can you
My point
Well-
simply is this: I still have resources. Some of you are
So-
decently.
are you actually silencing the area? Because I don't think anyone could speak then.
Yeah, I believe I can focus it right on him.
It's like 20 feet.
yeah,
so I
it's
think
Silence
actually-
120 feet. Yeah, so yes, it's nice and quiet.
I would be
now.
silent too.
All
So you just see Jessica waving her
Everyone's
arms,
just yelling, and
silently,
waving their arms as Arnis
If you're
enjoys.
actually casting something against a friend, then we're going to RP the shit out of it. I want to know what the save for it is, how this works.
So,
I don't-
So
There is no
there's
save for
silence.
let me
I
let me see the ability. Go ahead, link it.
what happens is we're all arguing, and then Arnish just walks away and puts silence on
And
us, and we
everyone's
all
like-
just.
What?
It's honestly probably the best thing he could have did because Deska was getting angry. It was going to be loud.
But I mean,
Yeah,
what's the monk ability that lets you do silence? Because I want to see if it's a spell
Oh,
or
it's,
if you just if it just happens. If you
Oh,
can link
it
that.
is a feature.
Yeah. Shadow Monk.
How do I link that?
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
a
same
Shadow
feature
Monk feature. Yeah.
Does
that
it
lets them
say?
do,
Well, does it say cast or does it say? That's why I wanted to see what the wording was on it. Because if
Oh,
if
I
you
don't know how to link it, but how do I do? How do I link a feature?
I thought are you using Roll20?
No, I've got
So
D&D Beyond.
I
If
think
you go to the feature and traits page and you go to like the feature it is and you click on it, it'll pull up on the right and then you click Beyond 20 on it and it should link it.
all right, there we go.
All right.
So it does say to cast. All right, so maybe it's an action. So yeah, as you guys are arguing, Arnis might channel some energy and start to. So verbal and somatic, yeah, you kind of like move your hands around, and there would be a kind of like, poof, and suddenly no one in the room can make any noise. It's a 20
I
foot
sit down?
radius.
And I sit down in the meditation position, close my eyes, and put my hands on my knees.
Suddenly very quiet.
How long does it last for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
So everyone's like trying to say
Before all
stuff.
that like went down, I did do the perception to help out Lazarus look for. I don't remember what he was looking for, but
The weapons, I think.
yeah, I think so, something like that.
All right, so
I
you're just
would
gonna
like
go
to
back
finish-
to doing that.
Oh, Yeah, I'm gonna go back to doing that. I'm gonna go back to doing that. I'm like, it's not worth the breath.
So yeah, as Deska is trying to argue, realizes like everyone's been silent, she might just like kind of sigh and just go back to what she was doing. What's everyone else doing for this 10 minutes? As it is now quiet
So
here.
Nathaniel and Deska, if you keep talking, I
they-
can listen. I can see what you're saying because I'm observant. I can read your lips. So
I would have stopped. I would've
Lazarus will
immediately
sit
stopped
down and start a
realizing-
long rest.
Alright. Well, you can sit there, but it's going to be a while till you can long rest because you have to do
I
that
know.
around midnight. So Lazarus kind of takes a seat. Fitz, are you gonna? I guess is anyone still trying to talk that Fitz would read their lips, or is everyone just kind of?
I would have finished my like outburst that I started, and then I'd stop and I'd be like, oh, whatever.
All right. Nathaniel, are you doing anything?
As soon as the 10 minutes are over, yes.
All right, so you just like cross your arms, waiting for the 10 minutes. Actually, you do have Arcana training, so you might know something about the spell that was just cast. So Deska, with your 18, you would find a couple of things actually that look like they're in pretty good shape. Actually, all these weapons look like they're in fairly good shape, other than being old. But there are a few that stand out. Go ahead and give me a D10 roll.
D10? No problem.
She's not only looking at weapons, right? Also, maybe
I'm looking
shields?
at everything in general.
Yeah.
Because you just said you needed help looking.
So there is a longsword that's sheathed. When you pull it out, it does look like it's, first of all, has some nifty looking markings on it. And secondly, it does look like it is very well made. Unfortunately, I don't think you could tell much else just by looking at it.
Any shields or anything?
You're really on that shield kick.
Seeing
Well, I already have a magical sword. If it's better, great. But
like finding this and being surprised, she would momentarily forget that she's silenced and go, "Hey, Laz, I think I found something that," and then she, oh, right, and then
Right, I'm
just
sitting
walk up to Lazarus with the sword.
All right.
and Lazarus will grab it, look at it, and like
This is the
happily
shield.
start saying, "Oh, this is amazing," and realize it's silence and just give a thumbs up to Deska, and followed by a
She'll
flipping
motion
her
like
off.
do a couple practice swings or something, and then she'll like whatever.
I'll walk up to Nathaniel and try to hand gesture him identifying the sword if possible.
what hand
Nathaniel, what's
gesture
it-
do you make?
Like I'll hold up the sword and with my
pointing
other
at
hand
it.
just wave it around like crazy.
Nathaniel looks at you, looks over at Arnis, gives Arnis the finger, and then turns around.
This is
Just 'cause-
peacefully
oh, man.
meditating in the quiet.
No,
Lazarus
but everybody
will
else
tap
saw me do that,
Nathaniel's
was the
shoulder.
point.
Fair enough,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lazarus will tap Nathaniel's shoulder, hold up the sword, and put his fist up.
Oh my god!
Are you threatening me?
I am asking you in a harsh manner for a favor.
For a favor, he says.
Nathaniel
Thank you
shakes
for a
his head
favor.
and points at Arnis.
You just see Deska laughing, but it's complete silence.
In Nathaniel's
Lazarus will go up
defense, you cannot cast any spells that require verbal components within a silenced area, and I do think that Identify uses verbal, but I might be wrong.
I don't know. Oh man.
Identify as a ritual does require verbal components.
Yeah, so he would not be able to cast it anyway. But I guess Nathaniel couldn't technically tell you that. He would just be pointing at Arnis and seeming pissed off. But, so you continue searching around, right, Deska? Because you're examining everything.
Oh, yeah.
All
Let me get out the
right.
corner then.
just as a point of order, so it doesn't get lost. In the midst of all this, the chain shirt I did look up. It does let you add your dex, so I replaced my leather armor with the chain shirt to give myself +1 AC.
Alright.
So that's what I would have been doing while all of this is happening.
You're not sure if the chain shirt has any other properties, but yeah, you could put it on for
It's
sure.
not all of AC. It's a +2 if it's a medium armor.
For dex.
You don't still get you don't still get your +5 if it's a medium or heavy armor.
Yeah, I think it is limited depending. I think light armor you get your
It's
full
max
dex
+2.
bonus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I
uh,
was saying. I'm waiting from a 14 AC to a 15 now because it's 13 +2 dexterity versus my leather armor. That's what I was saying when I said +1
Gotcha.
AC. That I'm going from 15 to 14.
All right.
14.
Gotcha.
Raven, you were saying something about a shield before I cut you
You-
off.
Oh, was I?
Was he?
I? I mean, there
Yeah.
are shields here, but like I said, none of them look like they're like special. You and your magic
Okay.
shield.
Oh, man.
Well, I will grab my sword, and since Nathaniel was being so rude to Lazarus, he'll sit down and
Oh my god.
grovel and just be sad in the corner with his sword.
Why would
Hugging
you
it.
identify my sword?
10 minutes up yet?
Almost. I just need to finish Deska's thing. Deska, give me one more D10 roll.
Yeah. Deska will glance at Arurin in the silence and say, when did it get so complicated? The group was so well oiled before.
No one can hear him. I guess. Yeah, maybe Fitz can read lips, but yeah. Go ahead, give me a 2. All right.
Yeah.
So you do find some arrows off to the side that actually look like they're in pretty good condition.
Huh. Would I notice anything specific about the arrows? Just like on the surface?
They look like they're very because there's a bunch of arrows in here, but these look very finely crafted.
How many?
There are 20 of them.
Well, I'd walk over to
Just
Fitz,
in one of the leather quivers, you'd find them.
and I'd talk to him just like normal and be like, these are I don't know if these are very well crafted arrows. I don't know if you would want any or...
As she talks to me, I would pull out the short bow, and as I string it, a magical arrow would appear, and then as I unstring it, it goes away, and so I just shrug.
Deska
just
will...
Shake my
Yeah,
head no.
she would shrug like, alright then, and sling it on her back. Like, alright.
All right. So the 10 minutes would pass. You can all hear again. As you would be able to tell when the spell ends because basically the normal ambient dungeon noises would now be heard again.
Everybody hears Lazarus quietly sobbing on the corner.
Daniel would say at this point to Lazarus, I can't identify things when I can't speak because spells require me to be able to talk. Your companion over here, your companion over here rudely cast silence, and all of you are okay with this?
It didn't hurt anybody.
I think that
I actually
Arnis
kind of
is-
liked it.
It was a nice little 10-minute break. Question, Arnis, you get your key points back at a short rest, right?
Correct.
So actually, you probably, with all the key point usage, might benefit from finishing the rest. It's been about
Yes.
half an hour since you started it. At this point,
Well, at this point, though, Nathaniel will say to Arnis, you are really quite rude, and I suggest that you do nothing but pick boogers and eat them for the next 8 hours. And I use my bardic ability to unsettling words on him and then cast suggestion.
all right.
my
Well,
God.
unsettling words. What type of action is that? That's
That is
bonus
a-
action.
Yeah.
All right. So give me a wisdom save, Arnis.
Sure.
This thing is getting a
Pop
little
off,
tense.
fam. Pop off.
All right. So go ahead and link suggestion. You have a description.
Wrong
All
button.
right.
Who-
Let's see. All right, so maybe Arnis might get the sudden urge to, what was it? Pick boogers and eat them.
Boogers.
So
Yep.
he might be meditating there, and you would maybe subconsciously almost start doing that. Although,
How
that,
long?
In the next 8 hours.
all right, that is a concentration spell. So Nathaniel would be holding concentration on it.
As a magic caster, would I recognize the spell, or would I? Have
Oh yeah,
to
everyone would probably know.
I'm
that
not
he
hiding
cast
this.
the
This is
spell.
obvious.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is
I'm just
not
making
a-
sure.
Yeah.
Desco
I said that
would-
quite loud. As a part of suggestion, you have to say the suggestion out loud, and I'm not hiding what I'm saying. So you guys would immediately see him start eating his burgers after I say so.
I will go up to Fitz and whisper, "Should I just beat the hell up of both of them? Force them to make peace?"
There's no, no matter how much paladin training you get, there's no forcing peace. Sadly, I think that I don't see an issue with us finishing this short rest that we've started. So,
If they're both dead, it's gonna be pretty quiet.
Just say
Aaron.
just say the word, boss. I'll kill them if you want.
Hey,
I'm not
boss,
saying you
I'll
should
break
do
their
it.
legs,
I'm
boss.
just saying that technically you can.
It would be a
force
lot
quiet.
You
Let's
are the
finish
leader,
our-
so
What
hey,
are you-
boss,
what
if
are
you want me to
using
beat them up, I will.
Do that, Nathaniel. Did I lose Nathaniel?
Or he might be muted because he's on his phone.
So
he
I
can't
have
see
it. I'm not
Alright.
saying it out loud what I'm doing.
So Nathaniel would vanish suddenly, and Arnis, you stop picking your boogers.
No, I was about to say Deska just sits crisscross next to Arnis with a dagger in her hand.
I just put my hands up in frustration and strangle the sky. And
you-
just...
Yeah, you would know that some kind of spell was cast on you, Arnis.
Oh lord.
Some adults just don't know when to take a timeout. And I just
Oh,
go
we were
back
in-
to
He's saying that too.
He's
I'll
just
just
saying
say
it
that
to
out loud.
himself, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Riren, is there
I
anyone
assumed.
specifically from the original days that you miss? Because I'm starting to feel a little nostalgic.
They all sucked. And
You know what? You have a point. But what
Riren's
about
like,
I just love the angel, Ariran says.
they all suck.
And Harold. That's
I guess you
So
have a
have I-
point. You know what? Never mind.
we have a short rest under our belt at this point.
You are at
We're
about
almost
half
there.
an hour. I can start
Okay.
passing time again if you guys, if no one else is doing
Oh.
anything.
I'll look at Deska and say, you know who could have fixed this? Weston.
All right,
You know,
so
in this specific situation, you're right.
With this going on, so we're halfway through our short rest. I assume that Nathaniel's in the room somewhere invisible. Arnis is meditating, or Rune's over there with the familiar. Lazarus is holding a long sword longingly.
yeah, so
I would walk up to Deska and I would see if whether or not that right he has, which I don't know the name of it, if whether or not we could create enough holy water with this short rest to at least deal with the statue closest to us. Because I would present that verbally as an option for Deska as we're doing the short rest, just so that we can plan in case we don't have our magic slots or our spheres available.
Didn't we just suggest that, which created like all the noise?
Duska would say I can't switch until a long rest is under my belt to get what's it called?
all right, so as
Detect
you all are
magic.
talking, you would see the secret door open, then close again.
This secret door?
Yeah.
Oh god.
But I can.
How quickly was that? How easily is it for it to be opened up, pushed open, and then pushed closed?
I mean, fairly. So, like, you were having your discussion, you might have heard the click, looked up, and then seen the door, like, closing after, You would assume either Nathaniel walked out or maybe something else opened the door. But the fact that it closed again, or wait, would it have closed again, or did it just open? Let me see.
But yeah, I wouldn't be able to switch to the spell needed until a long rest. I'd need a lot of rest before I could
All right, so
ask my goddess.
you would have just seen it open. Sorry.
Putting 2 and 2 together, can I follow the sounds of footsteps, which I assume are being made? Or can I make a perception test to see if I
Yeah,
can?
so I mean, if you take a look, you are at disadvantage, but you can do a perception, which I think would be 19, right?
Are you
Yeah,
talking about
it's
my passive?
passive.
Yeah.
So there are signs of passage that someone left this area. If you do you have survival?
I do.
So yeah, you could probably try to follow them.
I would pull out my own torch, so I had my own source of light, and then let me. Is that under units? No. There it is, torch. Beautiful. I think I pulled it out. There it is. Okay, cool. So then I would. Oh, I pulled out 2. I think because the door's closed right now, that's why I can't see the first one, so I'll delete it.
Oh, sorry, the door.
Oh no, you're all good. I was wondering what happened. So I would step
Okay.
out. If it okay. You said what? If I put that, then delete my token, then pull the token back out on
Yeah,
top
you'd
of
be
the
on top of
torch.
it. So then it shouldn't get in the way of you.
Beautiful.
Alright, so the rest of you are resting as Fitz is kind of looking around, right?
So as I come out,
Yeah.
I would say, Nathaniel, this isn't a good idea. And then I would, at disadvantage, use my passive perception or use survival to see in which way I assume Nathaniel is going. I assume this is all caused by Nathaniel. I'm not assuming a ghost because I think it attacked us outright. So
Give me a survival check to follow the trail. 14. Alright, so yeah, it's not too hard of a trail to follow with the dusty hallways. You would follow the signs of passage kind of up this way.
how do the spores look as I'm walking?
They're actually pretty dispersed at this point because it's been about 40 minutes. So you see it's much clearer inside the room now. And the trail looks like it is coming up to here.
Okay. I would, as I'm walking, I would say, if you have a master plan to dispel the totem and then leave the room invisible, I'm not sure if that works against demons. And also, I do ask that you give Arnis a chance. He's not a great talker. He does what he does on instinct, and it's not something to take to heart.
You would
and then
hear
once-
it.
Do I
Okay.
hear any of this?
What's your perception?
Passive is 17.
You might hear some whispers coming from the north then. So yeah, with 17, you probably hear kind of the low voice that he's putting out.
Would 15 detect it?
Sure, that's pretty high. I don't think Fitz was trying to hide it, right?
Yeah,
You just said-
no.
If Arnis goes to like move, I put an arm out to like try to stop him.
I don't know if he was going to move, but yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
you could
If
probably.
No. I'm not moving.
Okay.
Arnis
Yeah.
is just meditating at the moment.
And so Nathaniel was starting to speak.
Yeah. I don't take kindly to people casting spells against me. That is not a act of even companions, let alone friends, let alone adventurers.
To be fair, he cast it on the room because we were all arguing. I don't think it was Whether it was malicious towards you specifically, that's a conversation that can be had at a time when we're not surrounded by ghosts and evil spores and demons. All I can say is that I've met Arnis before you, and all I know is that he's a person that he acts upon what he thinks needs to happen in the moment. And in the moment, we were all heated, we were all arguing, and the best thing that could have happened was it to be a break. And he provided that break. We were all silenced. And so, was it the best decision? I'm not going to criticize that because I do know that we're a bunch of different people who are trying to make things work out. All I know is that this reaction, I'm not going to say it's not unwarranted. I just don't think that it helps. And I think that as time goes on, we'll get used to each other and we won't take these things as personal. That's all I can say. At the end of the day, we're here to do a job, and the only way we can get the job done is with all of our individual skill sets coming together. And so this is a conversation I'm more than willing to have with everybody involved once we're not in danger. But for now, I think that we need to just understand that tensions are high. We have different ways that we want to pull the group into it, but at the moment, we just need to focus up. And we can't do this without you, and we can't do this without Arnis or Lazarus or any of the other people involved. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm not telling you to forgive him. I'm not telling you to confront him. I'm not telling him any of this either. This will be a separate conversation we can have. But for now, I just want all of us to make it out of here alive, and then we can figure out our differences.
Nathaniel would have dropped invisibility at this point and say something to the effect of, "I can respect you. Lazarus was okay. Orin and Deska, don't really know them yet. Again, I don't take well to spells being cast against me. We'll see how this goes."
I would say even when I run away all the time, and I smile.
That's fine. That's just, strategy. But there's a difference between jokes and ribbing and even a slight punch on the arm versus casting a spell against someone or throwing up arms against someone. That's an act of war and violence.
Point I yell, "Quit whining, sissy britches!" And then I go back to meditating.
With a passive perception of 10, I don't hear any of this, right?
I'm like,
No, Lazarus is in his own little world, just like looking at his new sword, possibly.
Well, I kind of want to
he's
shout
waiting for
something,
someone to
but
identify.
if I can't hear them, I guess I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you just heard Arnis yell that, but other than that, it's been...
Yeah, do you guys react at all to Arnis's comments?
I don't know what they react as. I would just...
Lazarus will say, "Arnis, quiet."
Yeah, I said,
Not the time.
That was my original point all along.
Well, now it's your turn. Your turn to play the silence game.
You want to play some dice?
Yeah.
Alright, so what about Fitzgerald
Like a little
and
kid.
Nathaniel?
After we hear that get yelled, I would honestly take a second, and I would just peek out the door, just seeing if it attracted anything.
Oh yeah, good point. Give me a d20 roll.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you.
Well, after they roll a d20.
It seems like it's been pretty quiet, well, other than the yells from the group. But, yeah, you don't hear any buzzing or any ghostly noises, so at least for the moment, you don't think anything heard that.
And then once I've noticed that nothing's coming, I just like to do a quick peek out the door, don't see anything, come back to Nathaniel, and I would say, I can't stop people from being people. All I know is that I do trust each and every one of you to protect each other when it comes time to it. So I don't see if anything, these arguments just mean that you guys are getting to know each other. That's all. That's all it means to me.
So your job is to apologize for an asshole.
No, my job is not apologizing for him. That is not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is making sure that, number one, that you didn't get too far away, that you would get in trouble and get lost to this place. and number two, to explain to you how I feel about it all and where I think this comes from. I'm not telling you to apologize that he. I'm not saying you have to forgive him, and I'm not going to tell him to apologize. This is something that you two have to sort out. All I can say is that usually when people are thrown together in stressful situations, stuff like this does come up. Again, not condoning it. I just know that people react some ways. If he had physically attacked you, that would be one thing. But with him just shutting us all up, I just view it as Arnis being Arnis in the moment, and that's it. And honestly,
As a spellcaster, the only defense I have is my ability to cast spells. When you shut me up, you take down all of my defenses. Do you understand that? It's as if someone took away your bow.
I do. And all I could say is that in this situation, you have all of us to protect you if that happens, including
Yeah,
Arnis, if it was in the heat
Except for Arnis, the asshole.
Yep. No, I'm not. Yep. He deserves it.
And you would like you said, you're closer friends with him than me, so you'd probably protect him than me. Give me one reason I should stay with any of you ever again.
I think we met Arnis in a empty cave, just the way that I met this group. I don't know his circumstances more so than I know yours. You've just been more vocal about what you're looking for. Arnis hasn't. All I know is that at the end of the day, when it comes to this group, you are all equal. You are all worth protecting. You're all worth admonishing. You're all worth bringing back to the party. And if this is the conversation I have to have with separate people as I need to, as things arise, I will. All I can say for now is that in the heat of the moment, I trust all of you to protect each other. And when we're not in the heat of the moment, you can settle your differences however you want. All I can say is that I honestly don't think this is personal. And I think that from one meathead that doesn't know anything about spells to another one who knows some of them, he may not know how much it affects you being silenced that way. It was just the decision he had to do in the moment because he just wanted some peace and quiet. That's as far as into it I'm going to put it. Again, I'm not apologizing for him, nor I'm saying you have to forgive him. I just don't want you running off by yourself because we've already had... I mean, this is not the place for it to happen. That's it. And whether you want to stay with us or not, that's up to you. All I know is that we'll all take hits for you. We have before. We will then. We may rib each other from time to time, and it may escalate. But, I mean, show me a group of people that never fight, and I'll show you a group of people that'll run from each other the moment the things get worse.
He can apologize for silencing me, or he can leave, or I can leave. Those are the choices.
Okay. I feel like if that's the conversation, then we should have this in front with the whole group, not just us by ourselves. And then if you're heading back there, then I'll follow.
Beat that, Arnis. 18.
The two of you are rolling dice.
It should be one more.
Let's
go.
Alright, so when you get back, you see Arnis and Deska rolling some dice on the ground.
Loser rose first. Boom. Oh, shit.
As soon as I come in, I'm going to close the door behind us once again.
Alright.
The
Door is
statue,
closed. So we are probably about 40 minutes into the rest at this point. Luckily,
sweet.
nothing.
Quote,
So you think a little bit more time, and you'll be all healed up. You're feeling better. But what's everyone
19.
doing?
Jesus.
So you want to apologize for... Oh, go ahead.
No, you can start the conversation if you'd like.
Yeah. Nathaniel coming back in and says, "You understand that in silencing me, you take away all of my weapons, all of my abilities, my entire way of existing. Are you sorry for doing that at all?" Looking at Arnis.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Is that all you say?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I was not paying attention.
I will not repeat myself, you rude and inconsiderate asshole.
No, I really didn't hear you. I was not paying any attention to you. Seriously. This is Mike telling you, not Arnis.
Oh, out of character.
I didn't-
He's rolling the dice.
He was rolling the dice. He's like, "Oh, they're RPing over there. I'll just roll these dice." And then all of a sudden, he's part of the conversation. All right.
What?
Jazz music stops.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's hard to do it out of the moment. Nathaniel basically asked you to apologize for silencing him because that takes away his abilities.
I will stand up. I will walk over to him. I will hold out my hand. I understand. And I go sit back down next to Deska.
Not exactly an
believe I lost.
apology, but for now, I won't mess with you further. For now, just don't expect my help anymore.
All right, so there's a bit of an uneasy silence, and time continues to pass. Give me a D20 roll for the last part of this. So the short rest would pass. Nothing has come by. At least you didn't hear anything out in the hallway if something was there.
So at this point, we could use hit die.
Yeah, so you can spend hit dice. It's
Let's
now
go.
12:30. You can spend hit dice. You would regain resources for a short rest. And, yeah. And actually, let's take a quick 5 so we can... I should have done this earlier, but for, like, restroom and stretch and everything. All right?
Yep.
All right.
I like
I
it.
go.
Or
I'm gonna roll one more, please. Oh,
Are you
I
guys
rolled a
just
good
literally
one,
playing a game where you guys just whoever rolls
yeah,
person?
but Arnis probably wouldn't be aware of it. But I've been cheating, but I have
Is
proficiency
the
with
plus
dice.
3 cheating you? Yeah.
It's proficiency,
Yeah.
and it's my home dice set. I feel like I earned. I know which way to throw them. Oh, man. Twisted. All I
Wait.
saw was a 2.
By the way, where am I?
You're standing right here.
Yeah, you're still there. You're underneath the torch, I think. Or
You're like right in the middle of the room, aren't you? Yeah.
Oh
I
man,
don't see
that was
myself.
funny.
Let
Oh.
me re-roll.
You'll see Deska like go through her bag and take out all the bullshit she's collected. You see like 2 great swords, like a bunch of daggers, Arnis's spear, the old shield she'll throw on the ground. She basically just goes through her inventory and cleans house.
Short sword?
Lazarus will go up to Nathaniel and
it was
ask
a
if he
basic
can
one.
identify the longsword now.
Jesus Christ.
What do you think about all of this?
But I will do the same thing I did before. I will not speak. I will do the hand gestures again.
Nathaniel
you
asks you
test
again. Nathaniel
What?
asks you, what do you think about all of this?
This group has been dysfunctional since the beginning, but at least I know that when the time comes for a fight, we'll all help each other. You know, me and Deska hate each other, but
Oh,
she doesn't
yeah.
help anybody more than she helps me, and I don't help anybody more than I help her.
I've never seen you two fight each other or stab at each other.
You didn't see when we first met.
You haven't been here long enough.
You're being a little dramatic, Nathaniel. We needed
Shush,
silence.
shush, shush. You play your game with Deska, and we're having a private conversation here. Thank you.
He's trying to get his shit identified. That's it.
So point at your eye and draw the letter D in the air. I-D. I-D.
No, I'm waving my hand around.
Because we all know that's what spellcasters do for everything.
And I'll say to Nathaniel, also, you didn't meet some of the people. Oh, oof. I was talking to Deska about this before, but there was a creepy, weird motherfucker that I really wanted to kill.
That was just your
He was
power
a
and
s-
instinct.
Strangely enough, he left
How-
just before you came.
What was his
Yeah,
name?
he was disgusting. But
He was
even
disgusting,
then,
but
we
he
helped
was
each other
tough.
in the fight, and we trusted each other in a fight. So don't
He
take it
was
to heart.
tough.
You have to have a tough skin for this kind of shit. after all, we're a bunch of strangers that got bunched together by whatever
So-
happened
Life
to
of-
each other.
Life and death situations, surviving in the caves.
And
together.
you'd be okay with any of these people taking away your weapons from you.
Oh, I would probably kill them.
That's what Arnis did to me. So are you saying you guys should kill Arnis?
Oh my
I
god!
mean, I'm
what do you
saying,
got, sand in your shorts?
I'm saying you do whatever your conscience tells you. I do whatever mine tells me. But I feel like you already paid him back. But yeah, do what if you want to kill him. I'll probably have to stop you, but I won't feel bad about you trying to kill him.
A very strange
Okay.
group of characters.
This is a very strange group.
You
And
guys should have met that
Nathaniel-
guy that was.
We are the odd, after all.
Nathaniel goes into the corner and
we
takes
fought
a-
shoulder to shoulder 100 times here. You wouldn't feel bad
Nathaniel
about
goes into
it?
the corner and rests. He's not identifying shit for you.
Okay.
No IDs for you. So yeah, it's I think everyone's back. So it's been about about an hour has passed. You spent your hit dice. What does everyone want to do?
I guess we
So-
have to leave the room.
Are we now ready to stop the statue from leaking stuff?
Nope.
No.
Not
we
even
don't
close.
have- Yeah.
Wait
we
another
don't-
7 hours.
So you can try to just destroy them, but that might loose the necrotic energy, which
Yeah.
could damage you.
Y'all want to
Yeah.
do that?
Let's.
mean-
I'd
do it.
Desco would say, I have one guiding bolt, which is radiant energy, which probably would have a higher chance? Question mark?
So we can either rest, see if the spores are low enough to go check out the magic mushroom room.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Lazarus, how big was the crack? Was it big enough for people to get through?
I don't know, Lou.
Yeah, so people probably could squeeze through there, but it would be leaving the cathedral or the Heronius Church area. She'd be going into a new area.
So really, we just need to go to the graveyard? Is that like the only place we haven't really been?
There's been
And
a
the hall.
There's a couple of hallways you haven't been down, but there's the graveyard and the main hall, and like some side passages that you haven't explored.
Yeah, towards the bottom right.
Oh, why don't we do some exploring?
All right.
I don't mind going to the graveyard. I feel like right now having a common enemy could be a nice distraction for the
Yeah, I'm down for whatever.
All right, let's go kill some stuff.
Anything that kills cultists and makes their night hard, yeah, I'm on board.
Alright, so you're opening up the secret door, and the group is heading to the graveyard. Is that
Quick
right?
question, Deska, did you use any hit dice?
I did.
Okay,
You're still at
at wounded. That's why I was wondering.
yes. still
Oh,
showing
thank you
wounded.
for reminding me. I did not catch it.
Do we want to sneak into the graveyard, or are we just going in like full bore?
Sneak.
Sneak. What's that?
I'm honestly surprised with all the yelling that they didn't come and check on us to see if we were okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ghosts come in,
Because
they're like, is everything okay in here? You guys are
We've killed
yelling a
so
lot."
many of them. They just respect our power.
The police come knock at the secret door. There's a lot of
I
yelling
heard
coming from
domestic
here. Yeah,
disturbance.
domestic dispute.
I'll kick the door open again.
All right,
Ah.
so it looks like the door opens inward. You said you're kicking it open?
Yes.
All right,
Surprise, motherfuckers.
so there is a slam as your boot impacts the door, shoving the door open. You would, as before, see there are several dead gnolls in here, and the area is filled with graves. It looks like the floor, like the other graves, the floor can open up to probably reveal the sarcophagus in the various areas. You would see two statues of heroic figures looking over the glorious dead.
Isn't there supposed to be a demon in here someplace?
But you don't see any shadows or demons or anything. The place looks clear.
You said that gnolls. There's several dead gnolls in here.
Yes, they're kind of in this area. I don't have them marked anymore, but they're on the floor.
Yeah, they're just like links sprinkled around.
Fitz, why don't you check the statues? You're usually pretty good at that.
Sprinkled
Well,
knolls.
I'm wondering if these gnolls came in here to desecrate, and just like we've seen before, the ghost came and took care of that. So a part of me doesn't want. If there's nothing in here for us to defeat the cult, as in there's no statue for us to destroy, I almost am not against us just leaving. But
Yeah,
I'll
Jessica's
come.
on
I mean,
alert.
But checking the statues shouldn't do anything, right? As long as we
Hopefully
don't
not.
disturb the.
So as
the
you
tombs.
are kind of walking in, looking around, from the grave, kind of in the center of the room, a ghostly figure stands. You see he has several arrows sticking out of him, and he sort of stretches.
I will turn back at it. I don't know if it's a him or her.
It looks
And
like
we'll
a
shout.
soldier of some kind. He has a beard that's somewhat cleanly shaven. Other than the arrows sticking out of him, he looks like he's in pretty good shape.
Human?
Then I will say,
Yeah, he looks
soldier,
human.
don't you dare possess any of us. Understood?
He kind of turns his look or his head to look at you, and he says, "Possess you? Why would I do such a thing?"
Well, that's what happened. With,
What my friend means to say, and I'll put my hand on her shoulder, is that we are here to cleanse the temple in the name of Heronius, and if you also abide by him, we are allies who do not wish to confront you. We are just looking for those who would desecrate the temple so that we may cleanse it and bring it back to its former glory.
So give me a persuasion check at advantage, which would be a disadvantage because you're still wounded. Yeah, so
Would that just be normal then?
yeah, it would be normal.
Okay.
Should have made a face character.
Fuck. I don't know what that means. Nope.
7. So he considers you a moment and says, "The temple, you wish to cleanse it. I assume you mean of those goddamn gnolls that are running around spewing their vile magic everywhere."
Yeah.
If there's a corpse
Yeah.
in range,
We're
I
not
would give it a
fans.
kick.
No, the corpses are more over here. But he would say, "Where are you all from? I had heard the colonies in the area were destroyed."
Maybe during, well, I would say, first I would ask him, how long do you think you've been here?
He says, "Well, we were sleeping for a long time, but the necrotic energies that are being spewed make it much harder to rest. Several of the people buried here have gone mad, and others within their graves continue to stir. But I believe we've been sleeping here for hundreds of years before the gnolls disturbed this place. I don't know the exact date."
Well, there are more human colonies surrounding this area. Not too close, but also not that far.
He says, "Ah,
And
so the escape from the cataclysm went well. Has an empire been established?"
yep, I hail from there originally.
What about the orc tribes that came underground?
Oh, you would have to ask the guy behind you,
He says, "Did they
Nathaniel.
prove? Did they continue their alliance with us?"
Would I know anything about that?
That would be a history check.
That's
If I have
History
any advantage
question.
with the book that I was reading.
I know everything.
So if you want, you can make a history check, and if you were reading the book, I'd say you'd be at advantage as well.
I know everything
I can
about
do
it.
better. Yeah, I doubt. I don't even think I can do better than what he's got.
Well,
so.
are you trained in history, Lazarus?
Yes.
Okay, so never mind then. You would actually know quite a bit. You know that there was a kind of a tentative alliance between a bunch of the orc tribes and the human refugees during the Great Purge of the Surface. it didn't end well. There was a lot of fighting after a while, and the orcs sort of split and went their own way. What else would you know? You know that the orc tribes, at least in the beginning, were fairly influential. Some of the humans actually made peace and joined them. Yeah, not much is known about what happened after the split. They never formed their own empire. They just sort of created their own, their own settlements within the deep.
We'll relay all of that to the ghost.
So the ghost seems kind of disappointed. He says, "Oh, that's unfortunate. They were valiant allies. In any case, as I said, if you are here to help with the gnolls, or to help destroy the gnolls, you are allies to us. My brethren have been going mad from the magics they employ, and the demons they have summoned, while not staying within the temple, are of a great nuisance to us because of the energy summoned."
What can we do? I mean, we're already in the process of destroying the statues that are spewing that, that darkness. What else can we do to possibly help? I don't know if there's anything additional you would require us to do.
Give me another persuasion check at advantage.
I am good at those, fortunately.
He seems to be happy with the thought of you getting rid of those statues. He says, "Well, to fully get them out of this place, I assume you'd have to enter the Great Hall to the south of here. I believe that's where the majority of the power they are channeling is being used to open gates into the abyss. That is where they are getting their demons from."
Well, there's one statue we want to destroy before we even think about going in there. Possibly help make them weaker. But at this point, we are not able to destroy it yet. It would require some more time for my companions to get the strength to do so.
Here's a question I have. We and this is out of character. Holy water was something we could use to destroy them because it was a religious component, right? If we had any religious components, can we use those to take out the idols?
So a religious component, along with probably about 50 gold pieces worth of religious components and a 10-minute ritual would take it out.
And
then we can do it because we have those 300 or 200.
We just
pieces
got.
of-
I would ask the soldier, when it comes to fighting those idols, we find that religious components or holy water have been of the best aid. Do you know where such things would be found in this temple that might have lasted the ages?
Components. Well, the former priest quarters, where the priest slept, might have some components left over. If the gnolls haven't looted it already. There might be demons in that area, but if you go to the southeast, you might find some components in the quarters down there.
And I'll bow
okay.
respectfully and say thank you.
Much appreciated, brother in arms.
It says, "You can call me Kavanor, Sir Kavanor," and he gives you a salute. I'm glad to see the human race continues to thrive and grow. Be careful. There are demons as well as my mad brethren who wander these halls. Stay safe.
Thank you. And as I'm walking away, I'll say, well, not only a human race, I'm also an elf, and I will point at my ears.
Are you a half-elf?
Yes.
Oh. He says, I see. Well, them too, then. She seems a little bit less happy about.
I'll tell him, as one of my own, we'll do what we can, and then I'll walk out. But
Alright, so he would just kind of fall backward, disappearing into the floor.
Ooh.
I'll close the door behind us.
Alright.
And then it looks like we're headed towards the priestess quarter.
Yeah, probably somewhere
Could
around there.
dispel that other one and then go to the priestess quarter.
I mean, yeah, we can because we have those components, right?
Yeah.
By the way, who put them in their bag? Because I didn't.
Yeah,
I thought it
so...
went to the group. whatever.
oh wait, actually, do any of you have religious training? 'Cause that would
Yeah.
probably
Nathaniel
be...
does.
Alright, so if you have religious training, you could do a ritual that would probably disperse the dark
I do
energies of the
not have
statue.
religious training.
But yeah, it would cost 50 gold pieces worth of components and take 10 minutes. And it would
The first
require
time
ritual casting and religious knowledge.
we did it, it was Nathaniel and Deska working together, and we did the ritual, 10-minute ritual, and did it.
Yeah. So Nathaniel, again, jack of all trades, would probably be able to do it.
I'd help you out then too. Yeah.
Yeah. The big thing is religion and what's it called?
The components.
Well, the components and ritual casting, because you have to be able to do rituals.
Well, I can do
with,
that part.
with Jack of all trades, Nathaniel could do the religion, right?
Yes,
Yep.
because he does count as being trained.
All right,
I don't
let's
get
fucking
quite as
go,
high of a
boys.
proficiency. I don't have quite as high of a proficiency as if I was actually trained, but it does count as being trained.
That's good enough. Let's go.
Let's go beat up some demons. It makes us all feel better.
It would make me feel so much better. Well, I'm not. I'm actually pretty good right now. You know.
Are we supposed to be feeling bad?
Oh,
Well,
I will
I'm-
close this door, by the way.
The secret door?
Yeah.
Or, okay, you're under Deska. Alright, so you
Yeah, I was.
pull the relief
Shut out
inward,
again.
and it swings shut, clicking.
Stop!
Stop getting on top of me.
You keep moving to me. We're like trying to squeeze through the hallway, like big.
I mean, it's a
fucking
5-foot square. Technically, you could squeeze into a spot together. It's just during battle, you'd be at disadvantage.
No, he
possibly
keeps
fall
shoving
over.
me, and his big armor, freaking shoulder hurts.
As we walk by the mushroom door, I would say let's not to Deska. I would say we should harvest that before we leave this.
Oh, yeah.
And the mushroom cloud is pretty much dispersed now. You think it's safe? to
Yay! All right.
Alright,
Do
so
we
what do you
do
do?
the thing?
What are you doing first?
All right, Nathaniel, you ready?
I'm staying behind Arnis for now. As soon as he's in there, I can go in.
Go.
I think he means
Oh
he
my
wants you
God.
to go in first.
Please, guys, come on.
Wait,
We have a job to do.
Wait, did I lose my torch? No, there it is. Beautiful.
Alright, so Nathaniel, you're going to go up to the statue, and
I'll s-
using your religious knowledge, you start to lay out the religious components, right?
Since we know what happens, would it be a stretch to ready an attack? Since so far every time.
You have to ready during a combat. You can't use it to gain like initiative, because initiative still kind of says who gets to go first.
Gotcha.
Once the battle starts, you can do ready to act, or you can ready.
I will bless myself though with
'Cause,
vigilance.
or else everyone would just wander around the halls with ready actions all the time, which would
Yeah.
be
By
silly.
the way, just so that we're not losing track of it, who has the 200 gold pieces of religious components right now?
I assumed Aurora, because Aurora usually has been taking care of those kind of things.
You want
So
me
Vern?
to put it in the treasury because if
Yeah.
you didn't say so.
That's what-
Well, we also don't
the
have
thing
the
is, we
treasury,
don't.
right?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
until we
put it
have
in
the
your-
mule, it's put it in your own inventories.
So the way I'm doing
Uh,
it is, if you usually the party treasury, I assume is carried by one person, which I assume would probably be Lazarus or whoever's the strongest in the group, which you wouldn't have to put in your inventory if it was in the party treasury. But if it's in someone else's inventory, then they would just take it, and it wouldn't be in the party treasury.
Well, let's just say that for now, either Deska or Nathaniel are holding it because they're the two people that can do the rituals.
All right, so
I'd say
you're
just
gonna-
put it in the party treasury. Let's not overcomplicate it.
so Lazarus
Well-
is carrying it.
Fine.
Lazarus has his
Oh.
stuff in his bag, I guess.
It was 200, right? And now it's 150 because we're using
Yeah.
50 gold.
So you could
Yeah.
say Lazarus gave Nathaniel the 50 gold worth, and he is starting the ritual. Arnis is watching at the door as Nathaniel kind of bends down, starts spreading the materials around as he begins to chant. You would see his hands start to glow, and the shadow
Ow.
energy starts to dissipate from the statue.
Cool. Never mind.
Give me a D20 roll.
Who's got this?
I mean, I'll do it. Sure. Or
There we go. We're in.
Alright, so 10 minutes would pass, and the shadows would no longer flow from the statue. Unfortunately, you would also see several creatures taking shape.
several.
Bring it.
Actually, I think you have seen these before. They become shadowy, getting larger and larger, as there is a poof.
Oh no! In
Gorillas.
this tight space.
The large monkey demons roar, making a bunch of noise, and I need initiatives.
Oh
Gladly.
god! Torch.
See, so
That
I
is my second one in initiative.
So I did do what you suggested with the
I got a nat 20 on torch.
with the
Really? And it's still... I see like a
It's-
bunch of torches on there. Alright, well, that's fine. You can just roll and take it.
Oh, just crit again. Why not? Fuck it.
Thank God. I fucking gave myself the blessing. Woo!
Yeah, if that doesn't work, then you might just
Oh,
have to
wait.
move the torch aside when you... do
Oh, I
initiative.
just deleted the torches
It's
and I
22.
just rolled again. I just happened to crit again, so it's the same
Oh,
initiative.
nice. Alright. It was meant to be.
Also crit, but on the opposite end.
Alright, so the creatures roar as they come at you, and the first to act, as this is all happening, would be Fitz. So
All
they look like they are running at different people. What are you gonna do?
I'm probably going to target this one over here. And so, does this altar give it any kind of cover at all? With it
Yeah,
being
it
a
would
large
have
creature?
light cover.
Light cover?
Yeah.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm still just going to take a normal shot at it, I think.
Okay.
So we'll just do a normal attack. Nothing crazy.
Yes, 22 would strike, and this is the
The one on
magic
top.
bow. So he would take 15 points of damage.
Then I'm
And
going to
look-
run down,
Yeah.
run out, and then I'm going to... Actually, no, I don't want to do that, do I? Because I was going to leave my torch behind and go stealth, but if I go stealth in the darkness, I'll take... Oh, wait, no, we dissipated things, so the damage is gone, right? So I'll leave
Yeah.
the torch where it is, which I'll bring another one out because I deleted them so I could roll my initiative. And then
Yeah.
I'll run out to the hallway and I will do a 5, 10, 20, 30. I'll do a stealth check around the corner.
Alright, so you stealth out there. Deska, you are the next to act.
Alright. I will move to that 15, 20. I could get here. I will bonus action cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Alright, so you begin concentrating as you summon divine energies to protect you.
Yep. And I will main action attack the one in front of me. I have advantage because I've gone before them.
Yes, the rogue. Alright, so you have advantage and you would have sneak attack.
Yes. Would this give me flank from Lazarus' position?
No, it would not.
Okay. Got it.
Well, actually, yeah, it would, because you are flanking the space, so yeah, you're good.
Let's go. Boom.
14 would be... Alright, 22 would be enough to strike as you stab him with the returning dagger for 19 points of damage. Oh. And it actually looks wounded from that attack.
I will end my turn.
Alright, Arnis.
So the one that's right here inside the door, does it seem to be looking at anyone in particular?
At this point, it looks like it's about to go for Lazarus. This one looks like it's about to punch Deska.
Alright, I'll go in. I'll attack.
Alright, so you move up, getting the flank as you punch at this thing. Or spear it, right?
Yeah, spearing. One spear, and then gotta get some punches going.
Alright. So you stab, 22 would be enough. He turns towards you as you do 4 points of damage. Don't you have a second spear attack at level 6? Don't you get 2 main hand?
I do, but I gave one of my spears to Deska.
To me.
This is not an offhand attack. You can just attack twice with a weapon at level 6, I believe, as a monk. So I think right? Am I crazy? Can't you stab
No,
twice?
you're right.
Yeah, so like you don't have to have 2 spears. You can just go hot, hot, like jab twice with the spear.
Okay, we'll do that.
Alright, so you stab a second time. Oh yeah, 25 would strike. As he takes another 4. Oh.
And then we're going to spend a key point and for your flurry of blows.
Alright, so you take 2 quick unarmed strikes. 22 would strike with the first. Pa! For another 9 points of damage. Oh. He is definitely angry at you now. Second attack. Another 20. So that would be another 5 damage. Alright, so you unleash a flurry of blows, stabbing and punching him a bunch, and he is very mad at you. Anything else?
Oh, he doesn't look wounded. I hit him quite a bit. Alright, yeah. Damn it.
Yeah, there's a lot of 4s in there, though.
Yeah, I know. On the second. No, that is it.
Alright, so...
Well, actually...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stay right in there. I'm going to stay toe-to-toe with him.
Alright, so you see him roar as he's doing something. And he would disappear. This one screams angrily, and he is just going to attack recklessly, unloading on Deska. So he gets 3 attacks with advantage. So he does 2 fist attacks. That was really bad rolls. 14 and 13. Wow.
Nope.
Alright, and then he bites at advantage. Oh, there we go. 26 versus AC.
No, it beats me. Yeah.
Chomp. He does 11 piercing as he just throws himself at you, biting into your shoulder. He's still screeching a bunch, but that is it for him, or them.
I keep concentration.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have concentration? You do. So Harold, I assume, is sitting there invisibly?
Did he disappear or did he go invisible?
You think he's invisible, because he is... you can still hear him there.
Yeah, okay. Harold is gonna try and stealth where he is.
Okay.
I think it might...
So Harold stealths and stays where he is. Nathaniel, what are you doing?
Nathaniel steps up to the ape and says, wow, damn big, dirty ape. You must be a relative of Varnus.
I called it in my head.
The ape is so mad right now. Go ahead.
That's unsettling words, probably on both of them. And dissonant whispers.
Alright, so he gets -2 to his save. He has to make a wisdom save, which he is not the greatest at. He would get a 15 -2 is 13.
Hey.
So that would affect him, right?
Yep, so that would affect him. So -8 psychic damage, and he runs away from me, and I immediately take my reaction to swing at him with my sword.
Ah! Alright, so he runs this way, giving you an Oppie, which you can take at advantage, because he is
Sweet, at
recklessing.
advantage?
Because he did
Yeah, he
reckless
reckless.
assault. 15 would strike with the first attack. So you spend your reaction and do 7 points of damage. He will then bolt down this way. Or no, he can't. He'll go around, which would give... Ariran, do you have a melee weapon?
I have a staff, and I think I can cast spells at him because I'm a warcaster.
Yeah, if you have Warcaster, you can do cantrips as a reaction, I believe. Or
I'll
can you
do
actually do
Eldritch.
normal spells too?
I think you can do full spells as Warcaster.
Alright, so any spell you want.
The world is yours.
I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast.
Alright, so you blasted him at close range, so 2 attacks, which are a wash because he is reckless. 21 damage. So as he's running away, you blast him right in the back, and he goes down, falling to dust. Anything else? Well, I guess that was Nathaniel's turn. Ariran, what are you doing? You get your reaction
Well,
back.
I get my reaction back. Can I have do I have an assumption of where the
Yeah, I mean, you hear him from here. You just can't see him. So you could attack him at disadvantage.
Yeah, sure. That sounds fine.
Alright, so you take 2 more Eldritch Blasts. So 15 and 16 would both strike. As you see, blasts hit the invisible creature, and it takes 17 points of damage. Anything else?
Nope.
So Lazarus, bottom of the round.
Range to attack the invisible creature from here.
Yeah, you hear him south of you, so you could attack at disadvantage.
Alright.
So 13 and 13, unfortunately, both miss as you just swing wildly.
It's
the air.
literally the same roll for it.
Both, yeah.
Oh man.
Anything else?
Nah. I'm
Alright.
good.
So we are into a new round and we're past 2. Do we want to stop here or do we want to do one more round? Do people have to go?
Yeah, I kind of have to go.
Alright, so let's do MVP votes and wrap here. And we can deal with the invisible monkey next time. I got 2 votes. 3 votes. Oh, you gotta do the other way.
One day.
One- yeah,
One day you'll
it's
get it
slash
correct.
W.
That's okay.
But that's 5 votes.
So,
And I think I need. Alright, well, you can't vote for me, but fine.
I know.
So Fitzgerald abstains. He's like, I can't take this shit.
I wrote to him, I vote you because I'm disappointed in the party.
Alright, so we got, let's see, 2 from
One person did
Nathaniel.
very well today.
Who's Jessica? So Nathaniel, with 2
And-
votes, you are MVP. Congrats.
Woo!
Nice.
Good night, everybody. See you
Yeah,
next week.
hope everyone had fun, and see you next time.
all right.
Okay.
Good night. Take care.
We'll flesh this out.
We'll figure it out. Figure it out. Hopefully everyone watching also enjoyed it. I'll see you all next time. Remember to subscribe and follow, I guess is the Twitch thing. Take care.